butts.
And welcome. This is so unhinged already, and I'm here for it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ampistrano. I am your storyteller, D&D Jordan Lee, joined by this phenomenal cast who are going to introduce themselves in just a few moments, and also say any announcements that they may have. So let's start with Duval.
Hey everybody, my name is Jacob Blick, Duval King Jacob, all over the webs, Twitters, the Instas, the usual places. I'm also co-founder of the Amphitheater, where we also tell wonderful TTRPG and video game related stories over there, and the DM of Default and Dragons over on twitch.tv/so many games. And today, as per usual, well, for the maybe perhaps the second to last time, or if he dies today, man, that would be really awkward. I'm playing Waldor. He's part of Light Cleric. We don't you see him pronouns. Are we doing the announcement stuff, or are we doing that later? Now, and also later today, 7 p.m. Eastern time, over on Just the Humans Twitch channel, where we're doing a little charity stream, a little Pathfinder 2e over there for March of Dimes. Really, really important charity because we care about women and children and their care, prenatal or otherwise, amongst many other things. So that's me.
Amazing. And Robo, you have a con coming up, don't you?
Yee. Wait.
So introduce yourself and then the con.
Yes.
You blew it. You backed him up.
I had it all ready and then it went away.
No, you're good.
It's me, RoboGoblin. You can find me at TTRPGips everywhere. My pronouns are any pronouns. I'm going to be playing Toby. Toby is he, him, and he's a druid of Circle of the Moon. So yes, we're going to have TransCon over at my channel on starting Friday, April 21st. It's going to be all trans people playing TTRPGs, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to be raising money for Trans Lifeline. So if you can't, please show up and donate and watch some cool people playing TTRPGs. And tomorrow, we're going to have Koboa, the second part of Koboa. I think I'm going to be producing. I'm not sure yet. But it's going to be over the second part of Koboa with an amazing all-Latina cast. So if you want to show up tomorrow at, I want to say, 11 a.m. on Utopia's channel, actually. So yeah, it's all good. Thank you.
Amazing. And super excited for all of that. Fair has an announcement as well.
Hi, I'm Fair, or Farron. I'll be playing Deodora Shadesun, your Battlemaster fighter. This is not TTRPG related at all, but if you're like me and you are forgetful and a procrastinator, this is just a friendly reminder to do your fucking taxes.
Yeah.
I did mine yesterday.
Oh my god, Fair.
I know.
What are taxes? I'm off the grid, so...
Thankfully, I don't have much, but...
You're literally on it right now.
I know. I was being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Is that a new TTRPG? Taxes?
Yeah, taxes. It is very intensive and crunchy.
It's another
Most
world of
people
darkness.
do not fuck with it.
TTRPG.
It never actually hits the goal on Kickstarter, and yet it continues to get like another round like every year. Weird.
For sure.
Yeah, they pushed it to backer kit where you can just keep going.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's just a reminder because again, if you're like me and you're forgetful,
Hey,
you should do it.
Happens.
Do your shit.
Do it.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. And also, I will also be in the March of Dimes games over on Just the Humans channel tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be doing the Sam's Day Out one shot with a phenomenal group. It's going to be a fun time. Let's see if this group can go and make sure that Sam gets to Illipin just fine. It'll be great. So come and hang out. It's going to be an absolute blast. That will be, again, at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, you'll notice we will be having popping up occasionally in today's episode a content warning. We typically don't need to have those, but today is going to possibly be a more intense episode. Your safety and your mental health matter. So if you at any point do need to step away, please do so. We really appreciate everybody that shows up each week and watches our chaos, but we want to make sure that you are safe. So please take those, take that time if you need to. And if you want to come back later, you're more than welcome to message one of our mods and they can let you know when things have perhaps calmed down and if they have. But yeah, we just want to make sure everyone is safe. And you can also enter in ! health potion, and that will also give you a number of mental health resources that you can use at any point. All right. Anything else?
Yes, I'm April and I'm playing Aurea. Bye.
Yeah, I was going to say, April, I was panning over to you. I wasn't done yet. I wouldn't forget you.
He's back, everybody. Let's go.
We have missed April so much. Go and support April and all the things because she's a delight at any table. And honestly, that's probably why we were sad last week and missed you. So, with that, anything else before we dive into this episode? All right.
Let's fucking go.
And let us go beyond the veil of Ampistrano.
Bring back the
Anyway, unless in case y'all didn't know, Friends, the show, absolutely just ripped off Living Single, and I'm here to let y'all know about it. Thank you.
And did it badly and racist.
Clap. You forgot to.
And there's
drop the
animal
mic.
abuse in that show.
Welcome back, y'all.
Buttholes.
Don't watch that show.
We hate Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we love
We
Living
are
Single.
friends, but we hate the show Friends.
Yes.
So, when last we left our adventurers, the group had recently assisted a small band of brother dwarves whose farm had been hit with some kind of famine, and whose sister had fallen ill, eventually turning into a praying mantis-like creature. After a battle with the fused giant praying mantis and Clara, the group rested for the night. When dawn arrived, they had breakfast with the family and inquired what the last thing Clara remembered. She relayed that she had been picking wildflowers in the evening and had attempted to pick a strange flower, not one she had noticed before. Black and purple stem, white outer leaves with pink and purple seed area. There was a flash of light, then nothing. The group did some investigation in the fields to try to find the strange flower, and instead found a trail leading into the Genora wetlands. Oh Lord, I lost my spot. Hang on. Toby
Take two.
made there we go, found it. Toby made several attempts to try to revitalize the land, but was unable. With everything pointing towards the wetlands, the group set off, their journey uninterrupted for the next 4 or 5 days as they trekked through the mud and swamp, before finally arriving in the firefly of a town, Vybrin. Perhaps not getting the welcome he was expecting. Many of the doors of homes were painted with a red ink, while others slammed their windows and went quickly inside. Weldor brought the group to the half-sunken tavern, the Weary Wanderer, where they received food and drink, met with the barkeep Aldira, and were ushered into a small meeting room to meet Eliza, one of the village leaders. She was grateful that the group had found Weldor, but hesitant that they'd be able to assist. Eliza mentioned her sister Chimera had been taken, along with most of the town, and she had also been recently infected with whatever was plaguing the area. As Weldor discussed what had been happening, he connected that what had occurred with Clara had been happening here as well, for far longer. Eliza gave them free rein to investigate, but asked to keep things a bit quiet to stop any sort of panic. You all agreed to keep an eye on Eliza that evening and stepped out of the meeting room, back into the Underwater Tavern, and that is where we pick up. The door clicks shut the moment the last of you leave. Who was the last to leave the room? Weldor. You hear muffled on the other side, barely a whisper, the sound of coughing, as well as some crying. Before you, you see Aldira, the Genasi, who's kind of lightly cleaning some glasses. You can see at this point all the eyes are on all of you, but quickly shift away, busying themselves with whatever might be around. Next to Aldira, you do see that there is a small box that seems to be wrapped, and she kind of pushes it gently in your direction as you all move forward.
So?
You seem to really take a liking to the gumbo, so I decided to pack some up. Some more food.
Oh. Thank you so much. That's really nice of you.
No problem, and she starts looking over at Weldor. Don't worry, Weldor, it's on the house this time.
Oh, I wasn't worried.
You usually aren't. And she kind of gives
Not
you
really
a
my
little
style.
wink. Leaving you all to do whatever you all are going to do. So,
yeah, I mean, what are we going to do? I know what I'd like to do.
You did mention helping a bit of the guard on getting a little warmed up.
Yeah.
Training.
Yes.
Fair enough. And
Or
then,
something like that.
Fair enough. Well, I'll try to replicate my brand new tea recipe. Hopefully that will help everyone that's still here.
Hopefully. I'll turn to Oria and say, did you want to come with me?
I have not been paying any attention to anything that's happened in the last so many hours, but I will. Yeah, I'll follow you.
Oh, the short version is that Toby and Welder are gonna go brew a tea that may help people with whatever's happening, and you and I are gonna go yell at some guards for not doing their job properly.
Sounds way more fun than brewing tea. Yes, let's go do that.
That just means you haven't done it well.
I feel like, by any chance, do you have any more of that tea, Welder, that just made me feel better?
Lenny.
I would appreciate a cup of that, please.
Right up.
I don't know. It's just that after after the battle over at the crystal mantis thing with the wings, I just haven't felt right after that. Does that make sense?
Well, define feeling right. What feels different now? Is it a unexpected rage or anger that you can't explain?
Yeah.
Or is it
I put a hand on Toby's forehead.
I feel like your hand is like the size of my
Just,
forehead.
you don't feel warm.
Yeah, I don't feel warm. It's mostly yeah, I think okay. Yeah, it's mostly I don't know how to explain it. I just feel more reckless. I feel more upset about tiny stuff, and I don't know.
I believe the word you're looking for is irritable.
Irritable, irritable, irritable. How do you say it?
Well, me particularly irritable.
Irritable. Yeah, that might
Yep.
be a better word for it. It's weird.
Like there's always this bit of taste in your mouth trying to wash out.
Yeah, something like that. Like everything feels. I just feel a little bit more on edge, if that makes sense.
Fair enough. You just sleep well. And he hands you a cup. And it's got the scent of lavender and lemon with like a hint of like cardamom.
Awesome. DM, have I slept well? Oh, a what? Concha. Roll for sleep.
While he's doing that, can I make a medicine check and just sort of like see what I can see?
That's a natural one.
You have not been sleeping well. Something, maybe it's just because you're now in an unfamiliar area. And that on top of you're dealing with magic and problems that, for once, you don't really always have the answers to. Especially since a lot of it seems like it's focused in on nature around you. There's a disconnect, and that has been kind of needling at your thoughts. Just getting used to that. Weldor, what are you checking for?
Not just like a physical ailment, but sort of a anything that I've sort of experienced in the past that sort of has like a unexplained irritability, and whether that's a affliction of a magical persuasion, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Spiritual. But I did roll 27.
Okay. I'm going to have that kind of, because normally that would just, you did a medicine check, but I'll have that kind of go a little bit into the arcane, like a magic check
Yeah,
with that.
sure. Yeah.
With that high of a roll. You can definitely tell he's irritable. You can tell that he has not gotten as much sleep as you've come to know Toby, even in the day that you knew him before this kind of shifted.
Almost a week now, right?
Yeah. You all traveled for about 5 or 6 days, so yeah. Something seems off. It could be the sleep. But again, and probably it's in the back of your mind, it could maybe be related to what's been going on in the town, but it's hard to pinpoint. You don't have all that evidence to kind of to support that. And it's hard to push beyond just that normal level of lack of sleep.
Right. Well, we did promise to go. Oh, actually, I forgot. Hold on. I forgot his name. Sorry. Starts with a C. Shop owner dude.
Ignacio?
Here we go.
Starts with an I.
Yep, definitely a C. And that's
The sea is
It's a
silent.
silent
It's a
C.
silent
Silent
C.
Yeah.
Yep. Signacia.
Yeah,
Yep.
like
Sickness.
yeah, it's like
Ignacio.
it's like tsunami. The T is silent, but it's still there.
Yeah.
The C is
Boy,
silent,
yep, we're
and
we're
Ignacio is
definitely
still there. Okay.
definitely friends, and he definitely misses me.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure
Anyway,
you just broke his heart.
um,
He's sneezing in the
he's not-
shop right now.
no dreams. Anyway, well, we did mention that we were going to go see Ignacio, so before we head to my place and get on the tea making.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo,
I'll come with you, if that's okay.
well, mighty fine with me. Didn't know if you two wanted to join in on that before getting to the yelling.
Oh, are you talking to Oria?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, what?
Is it on the way?
it's right next door, if I recall correctly. Let me look at the map again.
Ignacio's shop was that, here, I can actually pull it up, so give me 2 seconds. Because we have
Because we do have to show the new.
I'll pop that into the Discord too, so you all can see it. It was the first. So when you all are looking at the map, it's the larger building, that blue one on the right. So you
Okay.
all pass it. So it's not directly next door because the tavern is kind of on its own island, in the
Gotcha.
center. But it's closer to where the guards are eventually going to be when you make your way over there versus Weldor's house. So that is up to you. The guards are the 3 yellow houses kind of at 1 or 2 o'clock away from the tavern.
I mean, it's a bit. We pass it on the way in, but you could kind of have it loop around like an outer perimeter before heading towards where the guards are.
I mean, it would be yeah. I don't mind meeting your friend first before going to talk to the
All
guards.
right.
Maybe get a even better lay of the land from what's going on.
Sounds like a plan.
That should be fine.
Cool. And they'll lead everybody out.
Not like you want to separate us so you can slowly kill us off one at a time.
I missed you.
Go ahead and take a point of inspiration, April, because I missed you. Because I missed you.
Do. I'll
Amazing.
use that point of inspiration against you specifically.
Go for it.
Perfect.
Okay. You all climb the stairs and move up the tilted floor. Or you're kind of noticing this for the first time. This is as you're kind of exiting this underwater tavern, which you're able to see the mangroves and occasionally fish, gators swimming past us. Think of like when those cafe places at like aquariums, you are able to see the wildlife around. You head up a set of stairs and find yourselves in this like tilted shack. Right now, as you're kind of walking up this platform up out of it, there's another door on your left.
I'm flying. I'm not touching this ground. It's damp.
Yeah.
Swamp. Real quick before we get into going up the stairs,
Sure.
I wanted to make sure that I said bye to Aldira.
Okay.
So as we kind of walk out, thanks for keeping an eye on the place. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. It's as much as you've staked a claim in this tavern, it's our place too. So, want to make sure that at least it's a little bit nice.
He just nods. Sorry, I just didn't want to leave without saying bye.
Well, good
In
luck.
case you kill them, Jordan.
Well, good luck.
Can I use my divines? That's not my character. Never mind.
Was that Hugo?
Yo,
I was like,
maybe.
What? I was like, who got?
I was like, did you take a level in Paladin?
I was like, they giving druids divine sense now? What?
Yo.
I mean, they should, but
I mean,
What? It should be like nature sense.
oh my god, that would be awesome. But yeah, no, never mind. Go.
Anyway,
All
yeah,
right.
I'll lead him south and then to the east.
Okay. So you end up stepping outside, and immediately the smell of rain and humidity kind of hits all of you. Above you, there are gray clouds that are slowly moving overhead. The boardwalk and walkways around you are clear, so there's no kind of crowds or anything that you're going to have to worry about in terms of maneuvering around in order to get to the shop. So after a couple of moments, you do find yourselves in front of, as I scramble to find the name because it's been a minute, the Sparrow's Tiding, which is a larger building on the side. It has bright blue and then a little sign with kind of a bird's house. And you can see that there is a little sparrow that's kind of sitting in it, just kind of sleeping at this moment. Then do you all just go into the shop? Okay.
Yeah.
Um, So you walk into this shop, and it seems like it's far larger on the inside than it is on the outside. Sorry, y'all. I keep getting minorly distracted. I do apologize. So along the shelves, there are a variety of different potions. There are, of course, some items of clothing, some bracelets, some necklaces, things like that are kind of on a display. Surprisingly, the main thing that is taking up this shop, though, is like sections and sections of clothing. Very fancy looking clothing. It looks very out of place here. It's kind of strange. Having fashions and styles from all over the place of Ampistrano. From, you see some furs and kind of heavier cloaks for winter that would be completely normal in the north, to some lighter clothing that you would find in the south. It ranges. It looks, at one point you see, as you're kind of looking around in the way back, there's even like a gala dress that would have been worn at like the Capitol or something like that. In the very back of the shop is a counter where you see this kind of bored looking humanoid wearing a black hat with a long quail feather that's kind of branching off of it. They are wearing a vest of red scaled hide over a well-worn white shirt. And he just seems to be like playing with a bit of parchment and a quill, and just keeps magically making it appear and disappear as he's very boredly looking around the empty shop. No one is in here besides that.
I see business hasn't quite picked up then, eh?
Is that you, Weldor?
Yeah.
What in the Seven Hills? Where have you been? And he kind of steps out from behind the counter, arms kind of like in that kind of upwards motion of what the heck, but also wanting to give you a hug. At the same time, though, he's immediately eyeing each of you and what you're wearing. Like, seems to be just taking stock immediately of what you all are wearing, how you're dressed, the clothing, the fabric, the thread count. Like, you just see like almost these gears shifting in his head as he's constantly moving his hands about and kind of just taking everybody in. Immediately kind of bored of looking at Weldor, relieved that he is there, but wanting to look at all of you. And I see you brought friends.
Yes, and also my just so happen to also be my saviors. I got quite stuck in my travels. Bit of a basilisk problem.
Basilisk, you say?
So,
Did you bring me back any fine things?
I mean, depending on what fine. I mean, perhaps. But first things first. I'm hoping to continue to make this tea to hopefully solve this long-term affliction that seems to have worsened in my absence.
Ah, apothecary. Not, you don't need some more, and he kind of gives you the up and down fashion advice.
Nah, not really my cup of tea, as you well know.
Well,
Apologies for the pun.
you do have a
Did you say passion or fashion? Because one of oh wait, wrong lane. Oh.
Is-
Did you
I
say
see it's an Arc of the Whole University episode.
I would like to rage? Shit, I don't know my voice anymore.
I don't know where I am.
Hold on, where's Mara? I gotta
You
go
had a
find
bit
him.
of a
Oh,
more
yeah.
British accent, I believe. It was a bit more
Did you
British.
say passion or fashion? Because one of those is much funnier than the other one.
It was fashion, darling. Absolutely.
Oh, I thought
fashion.
he needed passion advice, at which point
I mean,
I was going to laugh.
Weldo is very passionate about very few things in this world except he and his friends, of course. So if you are his saviors and all that, well, of course I'll give you 10% off anything that you get in the shop. So, and you see
Baldur
he
is
like,
passionate about other things than that.
I'm teasing, darling. He kind of is like gives Weldor a wink. You've already got them wrapped around your finger, don't you?
I'm wrapped around no one's finger. I just don't know you well enough to know that you're teasing.
That would be very uncomfortable.
I like her. I like her a
Oh,
lot.
hold on. Is Blackstone with us?
Blackstone, yeah. Blackstone's been milling
Oh,
about.
I'm
and-
gonna turn to Blackstone. Oh, he doesn't mean actually wrapped around the finger. That's not possible. It means being do whatever they say.
Right, because if we
Manipulated.
were to do that, that would be very uncomfortable.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
Hal, you've been so quiet lately.
I miss it.
We packed
Blackstone's
next
just
week.
reading everything.
And you see Cal is also still kind of moving about in a bit of a like a state, but is kind of looking around as the shelves, as soon as Ignacio
him in the eye.
snaps his fingers, immediately shift, and you see they kind of move about the floor, wrapping, and all of a sudden it turns into lines of cauldrons and apothecary tools. You can see that this is his little center to make potions. There's a line of about 4 or 5 health potions that are on the wall. There are some various other potions. It's hard to see. You can see that there's a mortar, there's a pestle, there's just components for magic making here. But not of the spell kind, more of the tangible kind that we can all feel. Well, I'm surprised you want to do this here and not at your own setup.
Oh no, I actually I only came by to apologize for being, let's see, 3.5 weeks late for our typical tea dates.
That's true.
So perhaps once I hopefully wrap all this up, I can maybe treat you to dinner and maybe some tea as well.
You know how to wine and dine me. Fine. And he kind of just turns around and he starts kind of pulling some things together. So what exactly are we trying to do? And also, before we actually get started, because, you know, it's best if I know everyone's names and you all know. I'm Ignacio. I'm the store owner, resident alchemist in the area, helping out where I can, just because, hey, there's not a much coming in the way of trade. So anything that I can do to help, and any friend of Wildor's is a friend of mine. So, and he kind of dips his hat off into a very deep bow to all of you.
Is that Ignacio with a C?
I mean, there's a C
Ignacio.
in it.
That's
We're not
how I
gonna let
spell
this
it.
go.
C-I.
I think
I'm
you're
not.
talking about my sister. She lives over in Jorix and spells it with the C. But sure.
Oh, well, I'm Theodora.
My name's Toby.
Toby.
Aurea.
Aria.
It's like I chose this accent to cause trouble for April. For
Oh,
You
it's
probably
so
have to repeat
funny.
it specifically.
I love you.
Look, I got a hard enough time hiding my southern accent naturally.
Yeah, right. That is facts. Incredible.
Southern people facts.
Yep.
Southern people facts.
Well,
Anytime I go to New Orleans, I'm like, what the fuck just happened to me?
well. Like I said, very interesting bunch, and looking like you come from all over the place. So, perfect. Okay, well,
Speaking of supplies, Toby, do you also have a mortar and pestle by chance?
I do not. I got a water skin, rations, background. No, unfortunately, I do not. I don't do uh, stuff like that mostly.
Would you like to?
I would like to learn. Yeah.
All right, then I suppose you should pick one of them up.
Okay. All right. And I pick one of them up.
so what happens is you pick it up, and Bonita, who has also entered the shop with all of you, starts pushing on your right shoulder for a moment.
What? Yeah.
And raises one of its clawed feet.
Give him a high five. A low five.
We'll do that, but then we'll also... It seems to be reaching for the mortar.
But do you want to see it?
And
What am I doing? And I just cast a speak with animals. What's up? Belita?
What happens is, no words, but you can see the owl there focusing in, and the mortar starts to shift. It lightens in color from a black to white, and there is these little specklings around the outer side. You see the bottom of the mortar grows these small little clawed white feet, and the handle of the mortar itself turns into the mouth of an owlbear that is crying as its wings are outstretched. Cute little design. Bolita has imbued this mortar with a little bit of their love, seeing that you've been down recently.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Belita. I appreciate that.
Just kind of nods and steps back. Immediately starts busying
I do
himself with a toy that's on the floor. Just
I just scritch it. All right. I think I got Belita's permission now, so I think we're good.
All right. Any other supplies anybody needs? Ignacio's a hell of an apothecary as well.
What's up with those healing is that a character? What's up with those healing potions?
So there are about 5 healing potions. They're the regular kind, the 44.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you roll a perception check?
What, Duval?
No, you went, oh.
Yeah, immediate disappointment.
Regular healing potion. Oh.
Okay. I mean, I have a greater healing potion on my character sheet, so I'm just okay, you can step in. That's a 16 perception.
In this economy? No.
Towards the back, looks like this thing has weathered and been sitting on the shelf for a while. As you can imagine, there's not many adventurers that kind of go this way. You do find a greater healing potion in the back.
Okay, I'll grab that to bring to the front.
Okay.
And then what about the clothing? Is it just regular common clothes or traveling clothes and things like that?
It's a wide variety. You see more of the fancy clothes too. You see more clothes to just kind of help with travel. Nothing in the way of more armor. Everything is more fabric based.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, I figured that's what you were looking for, so I wanted to let you know as soon as possible.
Is there a blacksmith or anything in town?
Weldor, no. there would not be. With everything being so wood-based and on the water, it's a little bit hard to have a smithy. But Weldor, you would know this, that it's not uncommon for, like, if you need an order to be placed, you would give it to Ignacio, and Ignacio would send it to one of the neighboring towns to have it sent here.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if we have time for me to place an order and wait for delivery, so...
Yeah, Amazon delivers here, right? Yeah.
You got Prime.
We'll do a Prime.
Can I get same day shipping? Like, what's up? Like, same day delivery? What's up? But I will take the greater healing potion, and I'm sure it has like a price tag on it, but I can't read, so I just go up to Ignacio and say, how much does this cost?
Well, cause I like you, and then the 10% discount. If you want to, give me like 20 gold, that'd be fine.
Theodora looks to her companions because she does not have...
We don't.
Do we have any money?
I don't know. The people
You
who aren't
do.
here keep track of all that.
Lord, you do. Remember, Deidre gave you like each like 100
but-
gold.
Yeah, but we put it
We-
all
we-
together, and they spent the money, and none of us are the trackers of the money.
You would have enough to get this.
If not, I'm gonna steal it. I got sleight of hand. Can I steal it?
No, you would have enough to get this. Lord, y'all need to track your shit.
We do.
Look,
They're
look.
not here.
Hello,
No. You have
finish
someone for the
tracking our
party funds, but you need to track your own shit.
Because we don't have any of our own shit. We gave it all to one person.
Oh, that's not
Yeah.
not
You
smart.
said, you said okay.
That was y'all.
Time out. So each of us has 100 gold.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Because we spent most of it on the healing potions. We have no money.
And we got the bag of holding too.
Yeah,
It's
I
fine.
gave everything I
I'm
had to
saying it
someone
now
else.
because you know what? You've been traveling. It's fine. You each have 100 gold. That's it. This is
Thank
how
you,
we're doing it.
DM.
Thank you, Jordan.
Because something bad is going to happen, and that's like.
Thank you,
No,
Jordan.
I want you all to have some
I know,
kind
I'm
of
just
gold. I
kidding.
didn't realize
I'm
you all
kidding.
had spent all of your gold already.
Well, yeah, because we
so-
spent it on all of the health potions in the bag of holding.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
And
just-
then we each
I
have
did-
100,
Theo-
and that's it.
Theodora.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and we
we
haven't
get
made
shit
any
for
money on the road
ourselves.
since we left the town. Like, no one has given us money since we left.
Valid.
That's true.
Okay.
Next time Theodora gets to spend all the money on shit. Okay.
Mhm. There you go.
I didn't get jack shit.
You got that healing potion.
That's for every. That's
Yeah.
a family.
No,
dinner
no one
serving
got
thing.
shit with that money. We got healing
Got a bag.
potions and a bag of holding.
Um,
Oh.
I
Do you
didn't
want
get
to?
shit either.
Do you want
that's
to
why
put that?
we get to spend all the money next time.
Do you want to put that in the bag of holding, Theodora? Or did you just
No.
want to hold it?
Now I'm concerned that I shouldn't just put my shit in one place.
I got the inventory
We put
for.
everything in. Yeah, but what happens when you're not here? And then none of us have anything.
My character sheet is right there.
It's
You can just access
available.
that. Yes.
We won't do that.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
I have it, but maybe if we need to divvy it up later, I can give you one. But for now, I think we should be okay.
All right.
I don't even go here, and y'all are fucking ridiculous.
Listen.
Look, we made it. We did this to be easy.
Yep.
Are you sure?
And also, it is
Because-
so not shocking to me
No,
at all.
we did.
In the best way. I love
And
y'all so
then-
much.
We're
The person who
chaotic
tra-
AF.
The person who is our inventory tracker is on a little hiatus, and we didn't think about that because we're not really a go out and
The-
buy
Well,
shit
yeah,
party.
well, we
to
also
begin
we
with.
also haven't had a chance to buy anything, nor have we
This is the
gotten
first-
anything to take since we left.
Sure.
Yes.
That wasn't already ours, so we had no reason to
Just
think about
maybe have
inventory.
a backup person. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll figure it
No
out.
single
We'll
points
figure
of
it
failure. No
Yeah,
single
it's
points of
all
failure.
good. It's all good.
out. We got
We're-
it.
Now
we're
you all
in
have
tech,
100
people. We
gold, though,
got
each. So you do have money to spend.
Okay. Well, I think if you all are going to be working on this tea, perhaps I should get going to do what I was looking to do, because I'm not going to be very helpful.
Do you have any, in the meantime, do you have any requests for dinner? That gumbo's not going to last you that much long.
Yeah, Deodora's like, oh, like halfway through this third thing already. No, I don't have any. I don't really know about what the cuisine's like out here, so I just trust your judgment.
All right, you got it. Either I could go with my particular version of gumbo, or you could go with a little bit of etouffee.
Etouffee?
Yeah,
Do I have?
maybe even some jambalaya.
Do we have to choose?
I could make all three.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Sounds wonderful.
And I think with that, I'll head out the door. I just assume Maria's gonna follow me. So
Yeah, I'm just right behind her. Sorry, the reason I was laughing is I heard etouffee. I was like, I didn't kill anyone.
Yet.
That is so weird.
Oh my
It
God.
works though. I love it.
Okay.
Love that.
Fluffy was there with me. Fluffy said something like that in the chat. It's okay.
And of course, it was me that said it. So now everyone's even more paranoid.
Yeah,
Lord.
E2 will stab you in the back.
Okay.
As they leave, Weldor will look at Ignacio. I know that it's been quite something watching people disappear. How are you feeling right now? Just in
Tired.
general.
Not really knowing what exactly to expect out of all of this, you know? And especially with you gone. Everything's been falling on Liza and Kimra. Not been a great time.
Sure. Yeah, it's wearing on my heart too.
Any leads at all?
I think so. Not quite sure of the source, but if this TID works out, I might be able to cure the affliction at least. That'll buy us some time.
One hopes. Alright, well, again, shop is yours. I'll assist where I can, but this is more your thing than it is mine.
Well, no time like the present. See you around.
Oh, I'll be here. I'm just gonna be in the back. And he kind of goes over to his desk, and you see.
Oh no, I was headed to my
Oh,
house.
you leave it. Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you were. Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna stay. Okay.
Now, remember back about a year ago, you got me on my birthday. You got me like a pocket apothecary kit.
I did.
I made good use of it.
Good. You had better.
Really up-leveled my my tea and sort of spread out into potion making as well.
Good. All right. Well, get on out of here.
All right.
So you can save the village and all that jazz. And he like starts pulling out this parchment, and you see the quill starting to move, and immediately he's starting to sketch like his next outfit, seemingly inspired by the group that had just come in, and you're able to grab whatever supplies with the understanding that's going to be added also to your tab with Ignacio.
He says something under his breath, and if Toby's like right behind him, he'll hear, hopefully there's still enough to save, and he'll open the door.
And you step
Toby
out.
just.
Oh, go on.
Oh no, Toby just hears
Nani?
it. Nani? Yeah. Thank you. You're here to help. Ignacio.
Thank you for saving Weldor and helping out in any way you can.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
And just-
The door shuts. And before we follow Toby and Weldor, we're gonna shift with the camera following Deodora and Aurea. Rain is just kind of seems like it's on the horizon. There's like a slight mist in the air as the humidity is kind of settling around you as the two of you are winding the paths from that large kind of blue building in the bottom right, heading towards those three circular yellow buildings. Any conversation that's happening between the two of you as you're walking?
Okay, Aurea?
I'm why?
Oh, you just seem to be, I don't want to say out of it, but your attention span is lacking.
It's just very
Lately.
humid here, and there's so many bugs, and every time I turn, I flap away a bug. It's just very distracting.
I think Deodora stares for a second because it's like a little bit ironic that you're complaining about bugs flapping around when you're constantly flapping your wings in people's face.
I think when you turn to look at her, she's like, "Oh," and realize she has wings. And I'm going to Druidcraft a new smell. I want it to be the eucalyptus of those candles. You know what I'm talking about? Those mosquito candles. That's the smell around me now.
I think it's citronella. So it's like
Citronella. I'm going to
citrusy,
Druidcraft citronella around us.
Amazing.
Druidcraft some off spray.
I love that.
So now we're bug free. Oh, that's better actually. That was a good idea. Thank you.
You're welcome. I think Deodora's just like, well, I'm used to bugs and whatnot, so it doesn't bother me none. But oh well, I was just checking in. It's been a lot lately.
There has been a lot lately, and none of it was what we were expecting.
No, not at all. I mean, shit. We went to go to a festival and now we're here in the swamp.
No. We didn't even get any really good prizes either. I feel like we were cheated at this festival. Turned into work.
Theodore's like, we definitely went to the festival and won prize. Like, I got a potion that made me breathe fire, so I'm...
Yeah, but you're supposed to leave there with like a big, unruly stuffed animal that you don't know what to do with, and it just becomes a pain later that you have to deal with, and you do want to throw it away. No, you can't throw it away because it has good memories attached. And
I pluck at the scarf that I gave her.
Yes, but okay. You might be right. You're right. I am wrong. There's so many bugs here.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from, though. Like, we went to have fun, and then it turned out that we had to... I mean, we still had fun. Fighting is fun. I like fighting.
Fighting is fun, but dying is not.
What we went for. No, it's not.
That was less fun.
I know.
Even if it was just dying for a moment, it was still more fun.
Do you regret coming out here?
No. I regret taking that one. He's so squishy, though.
Oh, Cal?
Yes.
He's been so quiet. It's suspicious to me.
I'm actually kind of proud that he's sort of hiding instead of fighting. It's done much better for his life, not style, but timeline. Nope, that's not the word.
But I also feel like I feel like there's two extremes, and now he's on the other extreme.
He went too far on the other extreme. Yes.
He's not doing anything. He's just reading his books a lot and talking to Drix.
I'm just really hoping that he's studying very hard, and when he does decide to fight again, he'll have something really good, or not die again.
Yeah, I do miss when he would cast all the spells, though, because those were helpful.
Yes. Well, hopefully to be again soon. Luckily, we have Weldor to kind of help out.
Yeah, he's been great.
Yes. Nothing weird or awkward coming from him, or anything we should be worried about.
Oh. I think Deodora thinks about, Weldor sending them this, using the sending spell to talk to Deidre, thinks about bringing that up, and then doesn't bring it up. You're like, you know what? Maybe that's for a different time.
It's just everyone trusted him immediately, and he's friends with people who tried to kill us, and everyone we've trusted who is any more powerful than us has tried to kill us, and
Deidre didn't try to kill us.
yet,
Did she?
I don't know. There's so many academic people who were after us.
There was one academic person.
That's too
after
many.
us.
That's too many academics after us.
Well, I mean, I've never been to school. I don't know if that's normal for a school.
It's not. It's no one at my school has ever tried to kill me. Well, I mean, okay, that's not true. Technically, they would have if we got in a fight. But they didn't actually try to kill me. They tried to kill me to teach me.
What lesson would you have learned if you had died?
Not to do that again in my next life?
Would you have retained that lesson?
Oh, so we don't actually know. It's actually a very cool or a very interesting part of what happens in death, and depends on who your culture is and what you support. But there is some actual studies by some of the Fae that do show that you can remember some things in past lives.
How?
How? Well, usually
How?
the trigger. Huh, what? April didn't hear you.
Oh, I just said, because you said how, and I was repeating, yes, how. Like, how would you...
Oh, I said how because I thought you said how.
I did say how.
Okay, cool.
We are on the same page, honey.
My headset is like flipping out for some reason and getting like every other word. Oh, well, we don't really know. We've been studying it, but it kind of depends on the person, what their lives were, how strong of a cognitive or how strong of a spiritual, how strong the connection is with the Lady of the Vale. There have been many fairies that have come back and remembering their past lives and have continued their work in their next life.
But there's no guarantee that that would happen to you. So again, I ask, how would you retain that lesson, move in your next life?
I will tell you, and the next version of me will come find you and ask you.
Okay.
Okay.
I think
And
Deodra's just chuckling to herself.
Or is 100% sure that Deodora is going to live forever.
in this conversation, you've moved through past a greenhouse that you see has a large red X on the door. You can hear the wind as it's picking up slightly, whistling through past a dark blue and gray house until you arrive on a much larger platform with 3 circular yellow houses. The house on the far right, you can see, has another red X over the kind of threshold of the door. But the 2 other houses, everything seems quiet.
When you said greenhouse, you mean a house that's painted green?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, not like a hot house for
Correct.
plants.
Yes, I do apologize. Yeah. It's an important specification. Yes.
Yeah.
And I know you meant like a thing, but I'm like, that's a hot house. This plant's got a hot house.
Mm-hmm. Hot box for some hot. Let's stop.
Wow.
Drugs, everyone.
We don't know what kind of plants are in that hot house.
Yeah, we don't know. That hot greenhouse.
Hey, if you want to back our Patreon, by the way, you're more than welcome to go check it out. But you see 3 of these round yellow houses in front of you.
Yeah, I will approach, I guess the one in the middle, and then knock on the door and see if anybody's home.
You hear a scuffling behind the door, and after a moment, Theodora, you actually see somebody familiar.
Is it my halfling neighbor from before?
You see answering the door, hair askew, of course armor out of place, wearing a white button-down shirt with an unbuttoned green vest. The armor is kind of seemingly half on, half off, was quickly trying to put it on while answering the door. You see Jeremy, looking a bit older. It's been a couple years since you were at the academy. Looks very tired. You can see that there are these large kind of bags underneath his eyes. Doesn't look like he has slept often. And even though it's been a couple of years and you two were close in age, he appears to be much older. Like, the weight of this job has just taken a massive toll on him.
Y'all, you age faster when you're problematic. I'm just saying.
That though.
Ah,
That though.
you age faster when you're problematic, so clearly something ain't right. And it's not just the job. I think Theodora is taken aback for a moment seeing him, and like not just like him being here, but also just like his appearance and like, you know, it hasn't been that long. But also it's just sort of like, it's a mixture of being surprised to see him for a number of reasons, but also in seeing him a sense of disappointment and disdain because we trained together and you know better, so what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And I think she looks down at him and just like sniffs, like, Jeremy?
And his eyes, it takes a moment for them to focus on you. They're bloodshot.
Do I smell liquor on him?
Yeah.
Has he been drinking?
Yeah. Liquor is very much in the area. You can actually, he hasn't fully opened the door. He's kind of poked his head in to see like who it was. But
Can I push the door open?
Sure. I won't even make you roll. Go ahead. Actually, yeah. No. Roll for strength because they'll be against his because he's firmly planting against the door.
Okay. Can I roll with advantage because he's surprised?
Sure. You're your own like rules lawyer and I love it.
I fucking crit.
Of course you did. Boom! And immediately he just gets pushed backwards and like
That's a 27 by the way.
yeah. The door you hear ricocheting and it actually starts to kind of do this kind of weird movement as it hits the wall and is just the vibrations are moving through it.
It almost closes back in my face.
Almost. But immediately you can hear the sounds of rolling glass, even some glass shattering as some of the bottles that were tucked behind the door are just smashed into smithereens behind it. You now see the full idea of this circular house. There's a small kind of kitchen in the back. There's a fireplace, which has kind of the stone around it because obviously everything is wood. There is a cot on the floor. There's not even a bed frame. And it's firmly in front of the fireplace. All of the furniture around it is in massive disarray. There are bottles upon bottles all over the place. And it reeks in here of just every kind of odor you can imagine.
I think I'll turn to, well, first of all, Theodora's sensitive nose, she's covering up her nose. But I think I'll turn to Ori and say, can you go knock on the other motherfucker's door and get him over here?
Okay.
I'll turn to Jeremy and look down at him. So, this is what you're doing instead of protecting people.
What, dear? Come on. I'm doing fine.
You're drunk. You're filthy.
Listen, not all of us got set up in a nice place. I've been making do with what I got.
No, you haven't been.
And when was the last time you wrote about me? When have you actually, like...
I wrote about you? You mean wrote to you?
Yeah, that.
I can't write.
There are
And
other
you know
ways to
that.
send messages.
Oh, have you sent me messages?
I have, actually.
Where?
Let's see, there were several that were at Allegris, and then I know you were moving around, but wherever I heard you were going, I tried to send a message too.
Can I do an insight check to see if this is true?
Sure.
15?
He's telling the truth. It may be his truth, which could be doubtful, but what he is telling you, like, there's not an inkling of a lie.
He believes what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Did I receive any messages?
No.
I've not received anything from you. And if I had, I would have written back or found a way to send a message back.
Well, he kind of stretches. Past is in the past, I guess. Come on in, and you're
I'm already in.
I know it's early, and he like just starts shifting around, moving about, and you can hear him kicking some things. There's a fresh layer of dust on the floor. You can tell the clear areas of where he has walked and where he hasn't walked throughout this place. This entire area is a mess. Every now and then you hear like the sounds of in the back towards like the kitchen, kind of squeaking noises, and you can see that there are several rats that are kind of picking apart at just some food that have been left behind on the counter.
I think Theodore will see him shuffling and kicking things out of the way, whatever. I think she'll watch this for a moment and then go to the kitchen, and she wants to, like, is there, like, any water, like, or anything? I want to get, like, a pitcher full of cold water.
Okay. You'll have to empty. You do see that there was a water bucket that hasn't been refilled. There's, like, a fresh layer of just grossness on top of it. Not anything bodily, it's just the air, like the humidity and bugs have settled in. So, but yes, you can easily like dump that and get some new one.
He has a nest of mosquitoes just in the house.
Exactly. That's
like
exactly
just
it.
Standing water. There's like, this is a mosquito like hotel at this point. Yeah, I'll dump that out. I'll dump it out like outside, but like not like, on anybody else's house, but just like sort of get it out of the house. Yeah. And then refill it with some fresh water.
Sure.
And where is he at this point?
He's kind of just sat himself in front of the cot. And it's dirty, it's gross looking. And he's just kind of watching you. And like he keeps flittering between kind of like a half smile, almost like he's remembering something. And then kind of just fading into like this kind of sad kind of look.
Yeah. I dump this whole bucket of ice cold water onto him.
Sure. Okay.
Ice bucket challenge.
Ice bucket challenge style. Okay. All right. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't move. It's almost like when a doll's like a ventriloquist dummy's strings have been cut. He just kind of takes it. And like he spits some of the water out as it like hits him. Well, you always were one to bark the orders.
And I thought you would have grown up to be somebody who could as well.
It's a little hard to rise above things when people keep you underneath their boot. You start seeing what they're seeing.
Sober up and then talk to me. And start getting this place cleaned up. It's filthy.
Yes, ma'am. And he kind of just gives you this, like... It's very sloppy, but he tries to give you, like, a wink, but instead of, it's like, he starts blinking repeatedly, trying to...
He's falling asleep.
Oh, yeah.
He's nodding off.
He's so out of it.
I think, like, she gives him this order, but I think she'll also, like, help him start to clean up. Like, not gonna make you do this by yourself, because this is...
Sure.
She doesn't know what's going on with him, but this is a lot.
Yeah.
And she's not, like, unsympathetic, but she is also... It's one of those things where it's like, I see that you're going through something, but your actions and inactions are also harming other people. So, like, I get it, but you're also still responsible for the shit that you have or have not been doing.
Sure.
So...
Why don't you make a perception check as you are cleaning?
Perception. Okay. Ooh, that's just an 8.
8? Okay.
Mhm.
Yep. This place is filthy. There's a lot of different smells that are kind of overlapping on top of each other, as well as it's been kind of cooking in the humidity that's
Mhm.
been happening.
Yeah.
So I'll have you're cleaning up, and we'll pan to Oria. You went to the other house, correct?
Yep.
Are you going to the red
go
one,
now.
or are you going, or the one that's marked red, or the one that was on the opposite side of the middle one, the one on the far left?
Did Deodora happen to point in a direction?
I would have. It would have been the one without the mark on it because we know that the mark is people who've gone missing
Okay,
or been
then that one.
afflicted by whatever is going on.
So you'll head to the one on the left, the far left.
Yes.
Okay. You immediately smell. It smells like something's cooking. Why don't you make a perception roll for me, please?
9.
9. Something's cooking. Who knows?
Knock, knock, knock.
Knock, knock, knock. You hear movement, and then eventually the door does open, and you see a short individual opening the door. They're wearing a kind of dark blue kind of cloak. They have a kind of hunched shoulder, so they're kind of leaning to one side, but a friendly smile, gray eyes that kind of immediately take you in. It's an elder kind of, seems to be a gnome, could be a halfling. It's hard to tell because of the way they're kind of leaning. They've got a cane and oh, yes, hello.
Oh, hello. What were we doing here? Out of character, April's asking.
I don't know what you were doing here, dear. I'm so
April's out of
sorry.
character asking. I'm asking fair. Why did you send me to this person? You just said go next door, and so I just went.
I was told that the guards lived here. The guards
Oh,
of the
okay.
town, and the
Cool,
guards
cool.
of the
So we're
town.
getting guards.
From my understanding, well, no, we're trying to get the guards to do their fucking jobs because people
Yeah.
have been going missing like in the night, and it's like, what the fuck have you been doing? That people are
Okay.
going missing and running off into the swamp in the night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Just sorry.
But now I feel like this one, likely has an excuse. Other guy, not so.
Okay, sorry. Back to the knock, knock,
Sorry,
knock.
dear.
You
Are
say
you
hello.
lost? I don't know where I am either.
Oh shit. Well, we were supposed to come over here to find guards because people have been disappearing. But are you one of the town guards?
No, I'm honored you think that I would be, though. I mean, you're welcome to look around. The house has been vacant for the last couple of weeks, so I just moved on in. And
No,
he,
I totally
opens
support
the
you
door.
taking this vacant house. I'm not going to search you. I don't need to do that. I was just looking for any of the town's guards. But if there was one missing from here, then that's good to know. Then maybe they also were disappeared.
Yeah.
But thank you for your time, and I'm so sorry to
Are
bother
you taking care of the one next door? Because it smells awful, you know.
Oh, my friend went to that one. I think she's on it.
Oh, well, hang on one moment then. And you see,
okay.
he immediately starts kind of moving as quickly as he can. The cane is, digging into the ground as he's walking. And, hang on. You deserve a reward for what you're doing. I really do appreciate it.
Well, we didn't really do anything. We were just
You are taking care of business, and I appreciate that. Let me pay you.
Oh,
So he quickly comes back with, it appears to be, several, a bag of cookies. It's little
payment
chocolate
ever.
chip
Thank you.
cookies. There you go. You know, I appreciate it. You have better things to be doing. These Crown's Guard are absolutely useless. So I
They are
very
absolutely
much
useless.
appreciate. What was your name?
Oh, my name's Aurea. What is your name?
Mine's Oracle. We're names. How rare.
You said Oracle?
Orquell.
Oracle. Oh, I thought you said you were Oracle.
O-R-Q-U-E-L.
I was about, this is a good day. I was going to ask you my fortune and everything, but you're not. But so I'll let you get on with your day. But thank you so much for these cookies. They look delicious, and I cannot wait to eat them.
Enjoy again. Thank you so much. And have a good day. If I can be of help, do not hesitate on knocking on Orquell's door.
Thank you. Have a good day.
The door shuts.
I go back to Deodora. I'm Aurea.
Before you hear, as the door clicks shut, you hear, I like her. She's very nice. And it just starts.
When I on my way back to Deodora, can I perception check these cookies to make sure they're not poisoned?
Do you want to investigate them, but instead of perceiving them?
Sure. I just my perception is better, but yes, the whole
Sure.
investigation check. though.
Perception. They are cookies.
What, don't you have like 5 inspirations?
That's 18. Yeah, and I'm gonna use I have 9
There you go.
inspirations.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna have 9 perfect rounds.
Okay, perfect. They're regular
Against
cookies.
Weldor.
They're just regular. There's a
Fair enough.
lovely medley of chocolate chip cookies, as well as, of course, because of not, there's some raisin oatmeal cookies that are in there. There's one. It's at the bottom.
I pushed the raisin one away, and I'll walk back over to Deodora eating
It's
it. Do you
delicious.
hold on? Fair. Do you like raisin cookies?
Oatmeal raisin cookies? Fuck yeah, I do.
They're pretty good, actually.
They're dope. What are you talking? They're
I'm
the most
leaving
underrated
this
fucking
Your
Conversation.
fake devil
Bye.
chocolate out of my cookies. Every time I get
Boulder
one, it's
jumps
a
in the
trap.
conversation.
See, here's the
Um,
thing. Here's the thing. That's your fault for thinking it's chocolate when it's clearly a fucking raisin.
Yeah, because if I'm gonna get a cookie, I want it to be good and not full of shriveled,
is.
dried old fruit.
It is good.
So,
You know what's
Oatmeal
better?
raisin is the most
Chocolate
underrated
chip.
fucking cookie.
Oreo.
I didn't say chocolate chip was bad, but oatmeal raisin is the most underrated cookie. Thank you very much. I'm not taking any questions, comments, concerns, critiques at this time. Boop.
Oreo.
Don't worry, I got them all up here for later.
You get 5 temporary hit points, as well as 1 roll that you get to use at some point today. It has to be in the next 24 hours of the roll. You'll be able to add a +6.
Shit.
Some bomb
And
ass
how many
cookies.
There's
cookies
some
are in this
good
bag?
cookies.
How many cookies we got total?
Jordan said they were pretty good, and then there
Yeah.
are a +6 bonus to
Well,
a
she
roll.
Oreo
I
only
didn't-
perceived them a certain amount and is not going to be like, oh, I know now that they are a +6 to this. No, so that's why I'm filling in the blanks.
I see.
This-
Oria
this
is
is when you go
gaslighting
to your-
themselves. I love it.
This is when you go to your grandma's house and you open up the cookie tin and there's actually cookies in there. That's
Yup.
what this is
Yep.
right
Facts
now.
That's what
are
this
facts.
feeling is.
There are
We are
7
in
of
the
these.
South.
There are 7
There's
of these
7 cookies?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Left
if you-
or
Okay.
6
Yes.
left?
There were 8 originally. You ate
7
1.
left. Okay. Look, now that they're pluses, I gotta keep track of these cookies.
Yeah.
But not your inventory.
And we
They're
pan
in
back
my
to
paper inventory.
Lord. And we pan back to Deodora. As you've been making some headway. You can tell that this is probably gonna be something that's gonna take several hours to do. So I'm gonna give you the option. Right now it's about mid to late afternoon. You know that the kind of problems have been happening in the evening. So you can either stay a couple more hours. It's gonna push you right up until past sunset to help clean, or you can get him to a certain point and then maybe come back tomorrow.
I think Deodora would stay.
Okay.
Help him clean.
Okay.
And help him also, sober up.
Sure. Okay. Oria, are you going to be assisting with that, or what would you do during this time?
I guess I'll assist. I'm not going to make Deodora clean this up on her own. But there will be the first 15 minutes is Oria standing in the corner eating a cookie
Valid.
or finishing this cookie and kind of just watching and
Eh.
does that. God damn it. My friend is doing this. I don't like that guy, but I'm helping you.
Sure.
My favorite part about this is it's Oria in the corner eating a cookie, not offering Deodora a cookie.
No,
Nope.
I was going to
Not
say,
yet.
I was going to wait until I walked through the room and then I was going to offer you a cookie in character.
Sure. During that time, then we're gonna pan, as this is happening. Weldor and Toby, you all arrive in front of a house that has its own platform. Blue. Weldor, would you have any decorations on the outside of your house? No. Okay. And you go in. So Duval, I'm gonna turn it over to you to describe what Weldor's house looks like.
So, the platform outside of the house is there's like a long sort of porch that seems to almost be like not like suspended thanks to the long sort of stilts that are keeping it upright, that are sort of plugged into the swamp. There are a set of 2 rocking chairs on either side in front of the door, which is right in the middle. And you kind of see from your vantage point on the right, a bit around the back, like you kind of see the hint of what would be the side of one of those. Oh my God, what's the name of this thing? The swing thing. Oh my God, not a swing, like hammock. Jesus Christ. Thanks for the help, everybody. Says, let me suffer alone.
I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about.
Anyway, hey, if it helps, I didn't
I thought
either.
maybe you had a tire swing in the front yard or some shit.
I mean,
It could
you
have
know
been
what?
a lot
There's
of things.
one now. No, because we can just make shit up. Because
Wildor invented rubber.
yeah,
He's
right.
more powerful than we thought.
we have to go.
I joined the bad guys team. I joined him immediately because this dude made a tire. I gotta join him. Sorry.
Got it. That's the way it goes. But as he opens the door, Toby, if you're like right behind him, you're immediately hit with this bit of like boom, like stale air, because he hasn't been home in almost a month. And then it's immediately replaced. Damn, with the senses are overwhelmed by the smell of spices. Allspice berries, cardamom pods, cinnamon sticks, cloves, this plethora of things. Hibiscus blossoms, lavender flower buds, lemongrass, cocoa nibs, nutmeg, saffron, spearmint, star anise, vanilla beans. And your eye immediately catches these wooden cabinets with a plethora of these spices, betrayed by the outline of these long branches that are in this long kitchen in the back. And in front is this small makeshift couch on the right side and love seat with a 2 rolled up, actually a total of 4 rolled up futons, like kind of like in the corner, and a small coffee-like table that is littered, almost a graveyard of tea mugs, essentially. And you see like a long knife block in the kitchen with the largest collection of knives you've probably ever seen. We're talking 30 or 40.
Okay. So as soon as Toby walks in, he sneezes twice. Is this where you live?
Oh, say it one more time. My headset just broke up. It's not your fault.
Is this your home?
Yeah, it's been a while. Sorry about the should have warned you.
No, that's I like your house. Seems very comfortable. Is that nutmeg? I love nutmeg. Can I just
right over there, second cabinet from the left?
And I just do you have like a container like having all like a tiny box or
it's in that second cabinet. So if you go over there and open it, they are meticulously labeled.
Okay.
And have like expiration dates on them of several days, fortunately, from now. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Can I reach it before that?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah. He's I think you're actually taller than he is.
Then Welder?
Yeah.
I'm like 3 feet.
Toby's a little gnome.
I'm
you're like
Wildor's a little box turtle.
He's like a half inch taller than you right now. Like that, not half inch. Sorry, like a half of a foot taller than you. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
Needless to say, you can reach.
All right. So I'll just try to reach out and
Actually, no. I'm totally wrong. I don't know this. I don't know my own height. He's just under 5 foot tall. Anyway.
Okay, I was gonna.
Either way, still fine.
Okay. So I'll just try to reach out and get the container and just try to. Can I open this?
Be my guest.
And I just smell it, and I'm sorry. I just love the smell of. I just love it. Just love nutmeg. Kind of reminds me of my mom's breakfast in the morning. So I appreciate this.
Yeah, no problem. I was just about to ask if it sparks up any memories. Like turn my zoom, turn me down again. Speaking of that, did you and your mom share any particular recipes?
Well, there's cheesecake, mostly.
Really?
Yeah. I really like to bake, and my mom taught me how to make a cheesecake, and honestly, the cheesecake is kind of what brought us together, I guess, in this group. Well, brought me together to them because I got late into the group.
Let's see. As a matter of fact, I think I got shown a little bit of that.
Of what?
Blackstone sort of showed me the run through of everything that's
Oh, you
happened,
saw that?
Yeah.
Wasn't that great? It's like I started seeing that, and then I don't know, I just fell asleep and I woke up the next day. There was a message though in this whatever display this was, and it was like saying, "Do you want to continue watching this?" Which was weird.
Incredible. I it happened so fast. I don't really quite remember that particularly.
Yeah. Honestly, have you been? I'm sorry. Do you want me to help clean or what? I need to set up something here?
Why don't you come to the kitchen? Well, and let's break out that new mortal and pestle you got.
All right. And I just plop. Have you been adventuring for a while?
I believe they call that an understatement.
I guess. It's just that I don't know. Can I be a little bit vulnerable with? Can I just be vulnerable with you for a second?
If you feel comfortable, certainly.
So I started traveling with everybody, and everybody seems like they have like this. They have been through a lot. They have been going through most stuff, and like they have like this huge destiny ahead of them. And I kind of feel like my story is not as, I'm not going to say important because everybody's story is important, but it's not as, I haven't been through a lot like them. That's what I'm trying to say. But I just feel like, I don't know, does that make it a little bit weird that I'm just not been through a lot like them?
I don't think it's weird to feel that way. Do you feel almost not that you would envy any negative experiences that they have, but that not experiencing something similar perhaps causes you to have a bit of a disconnect? based off of the experience?
I don't know. It's mostly I've been all my life. I had my parents right there. I have my brother. I have Bolita now. Um, and it feels like I'm just here for the adventure. Like, because I just wanted to have an adventure. And sometimes I feel like I'm not, that I've been through not as much as them.
Well, I can sort of relate. My traveling party was most of them were a bit more ambitious than me. In many cases, a lot more. As far as I was concerned, as long as we were able to help people in need all over the world, I was in.
Yeah.
That's sort of where I think Penny and I part ways. That ambition took her in a different direction than us.
That's actually the correct word I was trying to make. Ambition. It's probably that I don't have an ambition. I just want to have an adventure. Probably go around the world, meet new friends, and help a lot of people.
I can relate to that. I didn't really, even on my time on the road, I always expected to find that ambition.
Did you?
Nah, but I did help a lot of people, and till these old bones decide to say no more, that's enough for me for now. I suppose my problem is typically when, especially as an adventurer, the issue is the math. Save so many people, lose some, maybe too many. He kind of, because there's some windows in the kitchen, and he kind of like pans to all of the houses on the left and right that have those markings. And you sort of see him take out the mortar and pestle and begin to kind of grab a few bags really quickly and start to, and then begin to, by the way, you want to almost like stab it in and then bring it around.
Okay.
You're looking for a fine paste.
Okay. I just start doing that.
At least in my current situation, there's a piece of me that feels like I failed a lot of these people. Being gone this long, not figuring this out earlier. But the reality is, it's also a possibility that, in that case, I could have either A, not met any of you, and if I didn't meet any of you, y'all wouldn't have taken me to see the dwarves. If you never took me to see the dwarves, I've not been able to put everything together. So we might not be in this kitchen at all.
Well, for what it's worth, I'm really glad I met you.
Because he kind of like he stops, looks to you. I'm really glad I met you too. Because I consider myself a pretty strong, wise old turtle. I don't know, without the rest of you, if I'd be drowning in despair or just leaning on the tightrope of hope that I'm leaning on right now.
I know
That's
you
just
got.
it.
No, I get it. But if you,
That's he actually does like make a point to interrupt you.
Mhm.
But that's just it. Maybe y'all are that ambition that I've been looking for.
That's nice to hear. I'm glad. Well, I'm sort of glad that it's taken up all this time. Or I'm sorry.
It's complicated. I get it.
He kills me right now.
Spread your weapons.
No! Yeah. I don't know what my destiny holds in front of me. I don't know if I'm just gonna stick with them. I don't know where our destiny holds, or even if there's any destiny. But if my destiny took me to meet you, I'm glad it did.
I just kind of nod with a smile. And maybe in the meantime, if you don't mind the solicited advice, give yourself permission to just sort of write in that question mark in your mind. Use that as a placeholder for now. Could be another 50 years before you figure it out. At least, apparently that's what it was for me.
Yeah, maybe in 50 years. I mean, young gnome, maybe 50 years. Let's just start doing the thing.
I think you're going to be all right.
Okay. Toby,
Hmm?
why don't you go ahead and roll? You're going to roll with advantage because of Weldor assisting you as you're working to create this tea. Weldor, what kind would this be a medicine, you think, or what kind of check would this be? Because I know this is something unique for you.
I'd say either nature or medicine, whatever you're better at.
Okay. So you get to roll with advantage.
Right. I'm better with medicine. Oh, excellent. I rolled 219, so 22.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. Jinx.
The two of you work for the next couple of hours. The sun's shifting. You think you've made some good tea. I think it'll work, but only time will tell. And at this point, the skies above are darkening as evening is settling in, and the rain that has been threatening to fall begins as Deodora and Aurea slowly make their way over to Weldor's to meet up with the group, reunite, and figure out what their next steps are. And I think that's an excellent time to take a quick break. So,
Dun, dun, dun.
we're going to take a 10-minute break, y'all. Stay tuned for more shenanigans, and we'll see what the group is going to get up to. So stick right with us. Go hydrate, go stretch, and we'll see you all after these messages. See you in a bit.
Real quick before we go,
Yeah.
This has been a couple hours. You best believe by this point, Weldor has made the roux for the gumbo, and we've already got the Trinity taken care of. If you don't know, learn it. You're welcome. And is going to go ahead and set it on the stove as well.
Sounds good.
With chicken and sausage.
Amazing. Smells delicious as we go to break.
Pick up your gear and open your chests. Throw on your armor and head out on a quest. Hey, hey. It's a brand new day. On the Sword Coast, your allies will help with blades and bows and magic as well. Hey, hey. Heroes on their way. Fighting together against overwhelming odds. Fighting together in favor of multiple gods. Idle champions of the forgotten realms. Idle champions, adventure never ends. Idle champions, get your wallet there. Idle champions, you will say it again. Idle champions.
Easy to.
I'm bored.
We can go scream at the cat for another hour.
Nah, I'm tired of screaming at the cat.
Shut up with that! Be bored no more with 1985 games. Enjoy their vast variety of products and help bring your tabletop to a whole new level. With easy-to-use dungeon sticky notes. The deck of stories holds prompts and adventure hooks for any setting, and thousands of cutout game pieces with their dungeon craft.
You've come all this way for nothing, fool! The princess is mine! You'll never get away with this, Balakor!
Write everything down in your Hero Notes journal and start your adventure today! Visit the World Wide Web address 1985games.com and find many helpful products such as their Dungeon Craft series, battle maps, deck of stories, miniatures, dungeon notes, and now VHS dice. Again, that's 1985games.com.
It's almost like when you smell something baking in the kitchen. It's the identity of this cheesecake again. Okay.
Okay, so
it's just kind of slowly wafting up, and
basically
you see it has like a hole in it. The soul of the cheesecake has been hurt, essentially. That's what it's like.
Okay,
you just
so
hurt the soul of the cheesecake.
like I feel like what we have coming out of here is like the literal.
Let's fuck up
She
some
did
shit.
eat. She ate.
She ate.
Y'all.
Ate.
We're back. Welcome back, everybody. hope you were able to get up, get some water, stretch, because it's getting hot in a lot of places out there. It's not a fun time. But if you were just joining us, the group has been exploring the hamlet town of Vybrin, where there has been a series of strange disappearances for the last few weeks. Weldor and Toby made gumbo and brewed tea, discussing life and what it means to have kind of a greater purpose, as well as the powerlessness that can come from it. While Diodora and Oria met an old friend of Diodora's, Jeremy, the halfling from Diodora's time in Allegris, in the Crown's Guard Academy that seems to be worse for wear, as well as a wonderful little gnome named Orquill who gave Oria some cookies and said thank you for cleaning up the mess. So we are going to shift as Diodora and Oria are walking back to Weldor's cabin. Diodora, you're kind of reminiscing and just thinking over the conversation you and Jeremy have had. So we're panning back just a smidge as you've been cleaning.
Okay. I think after Oria, shows up and starts helping, I'll, turn to Jeremy and say, so what happened?
Well, I mean, you graduate, and if you're not particularly high ranked, you go, and he gestures kind of around. He's becoming a little bit more lucid than he was in the previous couple of hours of cleaning. He gets sent to more of the remote places where not as much help. And it just kind of leaves you a lot of time to think about, well, where you've messed up and if you could have made a difference, if you can measure up to the top 10 and all that. And I guess I just started seeing myself the way our instructors said. When you got leaders around here like Weldor, Liza, Nacio, and everybody's so flashy, but they will do what they need to. You don't really see the purpose of being here.
I'm going to be very honest with you.
You usually will be, regardless, but yes.
That's a shit excuse.
It's not an excuse.
You are trying to live up to other people's expectations instead of your own. That's a shit excuse. And because of that, because you felt like you just couldn't measure up, what? You don't help?
I just stopped trying. What was the point?
I think Diodora at this point starts getting mad, like visibly mad. What's the point?
What's the point?
Then why don't you fucking leave?
Well,
because it would be better for these people if you left than you just hanging around here, drinking yourself to death and watching as they go missing.
And he gets quiet.
You see, the thing about your excuses, and they are excuses, they're not even reasons, is that you are allowing it to, you're using it to justify your inaction. You didn't measure up to the top 10, so that means you just don't fucking try at all. That's exactly why you never made top 10. Because you didn't try, even when you were given multiple opportunities to. It's not about being better or as best as everybody else. It's about doing the best because you want to be good and you want to help people and you actually give a shit about what's happening around you. It's about not having your head so far up your fucking ass that you can no longer breathe.
That's easy for you to say.
No, it's not.
Listen, I appreciate you helping. I got it. You've helped enough. Believe me.
I stalk over to him.
Okay.
Like, pissed. Because he's not listening. And I could tell he's not listening. He's being very dismissive. And I, as a player, don't take that shit, and Theodore doesn't take that shit either.
Sure.
You're not just going to dismiss me. Stand up right now.
He just faces away, still sitting on the cot.
I pick his little ass up.
You pick him up, and he is just not even looking at you.
He's a little halfling. I can lift him with one hand and then take his chin with my other hand and force him to look at me.
And you force him to look.
If you truly believed the shit that you were saying right now, you would be able to make eye contact with me, and you would stand firm in your conviction to be whatever it is that you've allowed yourself to become.
You see his eyes are wandering literally, even though you've forced his actual face to look at you. They are looking up, they are looking around. He's looking everywhere but at you.
I get that life can be difficult, and that it sometimes makes you feel like you have been trodden over. But it's not about, it's really about how you react in certain situations and what you allow yourself to do. And you've allowed yourself to do nothing. So, if you're not going to live up to the best of what you think you can be, you should leave and let somebody else come and take this job.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh my god. Theodore's not that charismatic.
With advantage because you're holding him, and Oria's there too, so I'm assuming.
I'm clapping. That's. Look, I was gonna be beater, but I'm just waiting.
The persuasion, I'm gonna use a point of inspiration.
I think that's fair.
And you do have advantage.
That is cocked. Okay. I do have advantage. I did not roll that well.
Yeah, you have advantage because Oria's there as well, so.
Yeah. So it's all together with my inspiration, that is a 21.
Okay.
Nice.
Guess I'll be leaving then. And at that point, his eyes connect with yours.
Good. Maybe find something that actually speaks to you, because this never did. And in the meantime, I'll send a message to have somebody else assigned to this post. And then I will drop him unceremoniously. I won't even, not even on, his little cot.
Yep.
On the fucking floor.
Yep.
Because I'm disgusted with him.
And he hits.
You should do some self-reflection. It'll do you a lot of good. And in the meantime, my friends and I will help clean up the mess that you let happen outside. And then I walk out the door.
Oria, do you follow?
Yes. But we've been cleaning, right?
Mm-hmm.
As we clean, I'm just gonna knock over whatever pile of stuff is next to him onto him. With like a wing. On accident. On accident.
So petty. I fucking love it. You use your wings too. You let your wing hit it.
I let my wing hit it. And then I'm gonna druid craft a really bad smell.
What I imagine is you actually are lifting the trash that has been piled into a corner off with your wings, and the druid craft the flowers are carrying over the nasty smell, unless there's something else you wanted to do.
I was just making it generally uncomfortable for him.
Sure.
I don't think he's gonna care, considering the filth that he was living in before.
Yeah, I know that, but it makes Oria feel better.
Sure.
I love Oreo's so petty, and I fucking love it.
But as soon as we get outside, I did promise the gentleman next door that we would help clean. Hold on, and I'm gonna get a piece of paper out and hastily scribble it out. I'm sorry the house isn't clean like we promised. These cookies are delicious. I was afraid to tell you, and put a gold piece in it and slip it under the door.
You promised we would help.
Who
him
is
clean his
this?
house?
You hear from the other.
And I'm gonna fly away. I am faster than him. I have 45-foot
Who
fly
sent
speed.
me this gold? I didn't ask for this.
In this economy.
Theodora's not as fast as Oreo.
Is it a
Certainly not.
solicitor? There's no solicitation here.
He got one of those the pennies taped to the outside of the envelope.
Oh my
With just
God.
one penny, you can also.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow.
And then
along
I
with
just
your-
hand Theodora a cookie.
Give me the oatmeal raisin one, you fucking child.
Yeah, I did.
I
I
was
did.
about
April,
to-
Give it to
April
me.
gave Fair the oatmeal raisin cookie because
and you know what?
Theodora better
Fair-
fucking like him.
Theodora eats anything. What are you talking about? What do you
That's
mean?
true.
Theodora likes.
That's why
Theodora
she
likes
gets the garbage
food.
cookie.
Okay.
So
Oh,
you get the
please.
oatmeal raisin.
So much blasphemy here.
Yeah.
You get the garbage
Um,
cookie.
Theodora,
We're-
you
I'm
get
taking
a
Oreo
plus
to court
7 that
in
you get to
April.
use on
Oh,
one roll.
Yours is better.
Fuck
Hey,
you!
go!
Fuck you!
There's a lot of petty in here right
You know
now.
what? I just shoved Theodora off into the water, just into the water.
And you get
No.
7
Ah, it's a
temporary
plus
hit
8
points.
now.
7 temporary hit points as well.
Oh, I see how it is.
Listen, they all have different. I have stats for each cookie, okay?
Mm-hmm. I think someone's trying to use their DM role to try to shove your cookie propaganda onto me.
Listen, I could take or leave oatmeal raisin, but listen, that's just what I wrote down. So
Big Raisin is in here trying to turn you all against me.
Big raisin.
Big raisin,
It's
like
big
this is
chocolate
Kellogg's or
chip.
something?
What are you
Come
talking
on.
about?
And there is a taste of cinnamon on the oatmeal raisin.
Oh,
like it's
Christ.
got a little bit of a pop. It tastes delicious. It's soaking up all that gumbo you've been eating for the last couple of hours. As the two of you head over towards Weldor House, Weldor would have probably pointed it out before you all left. Is there anything the two of you wanted to talk about? Otherwise, I will kind of speed so you're at. Okay. So after it's been a few hours of kind of chatter, cleaning, tough loving, and also just reminding folks that they're doing what they need to do. Weldor and Toby, your afternoon is interrupted for a moment as you hear a knock at the door, and Theodora and Oria are there.
Welcome.
Thank you. I hate to ask, can you send a message for me? To Gregory Tynell. He's in Illipin. And
Am I familiar with this Gregory, Jordan?
Why don't you go ahead and make a history check for me, please?
Oh yeah, I'm totally good at those. For I believe a 10.
A 10? Gregory, no, but the last name does give you an inkling. Tyneals are tied, to be the kind of trainers of Crownsguard in Allegris, which is to the east of Illipin. It's rare that they would be in Illipin itself, but you have heard of them. They're a well-known family. They're a noble house.
So I would be considered familiar.
You would
with
be familiar,
this. Okay.
or even like I honestly can't remember his father or grandfather's name. What is?
I think it's Xavier. It's been a minute.
I think that sounds about right.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
That's what it is now. So.
Or even Xavier Tynell, if you're more familiar.
Am I more familiar with Xavier instead?
That would, I would say at that point, that does spark. Known to be a little bit more rigid, not as tough as his son is, who is not Gregory. Gregory's is the grandson of Xavier. But Xavier is known to have a sense of humor. Is also one of the rare kind of Crown's Guard that do hold the gods in high regard. And does kind of appreciate wanting to find balance of some sort. It's not a well-known kind of mantra, although he tries to instill it in many of the people he trains. So yeah, you would be familiar with him.
So Theodora, would you prefer me to send this message before or after I finish deveining these crawfish?
Before, preferably. This is important.
All right. Not a problem. And you see, like, on the kitchen counter, there is like like 100 red, like the smell of brine on the air, collapsing with the smell of rue and dark Cajun spices. And
God.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
I know.
Do not be. It was literally the point. Was to make you hungry. This is what I do, fam. And he just sort of like kind of cleans off his claws and anybody got a prestidigitation prepared for me?
No.
It's all right. It's just a copper wire anyway. He'll take out the copper wire.
I think someone has it.
Kyle does.
Cal has it. So technically, yeah, someone would have done that for you.
All right.
Thanks, Cal.
Thanks, Cap.
Cal, you've been so quiet. I don't
I
like
know, right?
look
We
up from your
forgot you
book.
were there, you big blue dragonborn looking guy. What's the what was what did I'm about to answer out of character. And what was the message?
It's Theodora. New guards needed in Vybrin. Current posting isn't doing their job.
And he'll kind of grab a copper wire and cast sending to we'll say to Gregory. It's fine. And we may not be loosely acquainted, but this particular message is from Theodora. We are here in Vybrin, and we need a bit of a new god on duty. Seems somebody has decided to move on their own.
Decided to give up maybe a pathetic lump of flesh, actually. But you can translate that however you wish. And I think Theodora starts deveining some of the crawfish.
Waldor, are they able to respond or no?
Yeah.
Okay. You get kind of a confused voice enters your head. Hello?
You got 25 words, my guy. Don't be using it. Don't be wasting out questions.
If Theodora says this needs to happen, I'll see what I can do. Tell her I say hello.
Apparently, they say hello, and they'll see what they can do. So I have to imagine that we can expect this to happen somewhere between a month from now or never.
It'll be sooner than that.
Is this because of your reputation?
I suppose. But also, I just know Gregory. He doesn't let things just... he doesn't just let things idle.
Well, then my apologies for my pessimism.
No, I understand. This is a tiny outpost and you're used to things moving slowly, but I trust Gregory to get it done infinite quickly.
And I trust you. So, here's to hoping.
I think Theodore will just sort of give him like a, respectful nod and then get into these crawfish to help.
How are you doing? How's Theodora doing with
Oh my
the
god, are you
crawfish?
fucking serious? You're not just gonna let me just do it? You're not the DM!
I was more asking what Waldor
This
sees.
is the BBEG. He knows where to attack
The
you. It's your
crawfish
food.
was poison. If you start digging into them, you get the poison in your fingers and you die.
If you devein them well, I kill you last.
Oh, okay. What am I rolling for this?
No. Well, it's up to you, Jordan. But I was literally just gonna. I was just asking like how like.
Do a survival.
From Theodora's
I feel like
experience.
that's survival.
Survival?
So go with that, yeah.
Is a 16.
Doing okay.
No, I want to help.
I feel like 16 should be better than okay.
Crawfish roll.
17.
Okay.
Untrained.
Shit.
How are you assisting with this, or is Oria just trying on her own?
Oh, I was also doing some.
Okay,
I
cool.
was helping make dinner faster.
Individual, yeah.
Theodora's doing pretty good, but Oria's just look a little bit better, slightly.
He'll
I'm
look
leaving
at
this fucking call.
I'm sorry.
Girl's just been disrespectful. Said she got on call. I'm done. I'm done with this.
Hey, then you give me back my +7 cookie.
No, the cookie
Throw it
that
back
you
up
were
in my
never
hand.
gonna. The cookie that you were never
The
gonna fucking
petty.
eat.
That cookie would have got.
petty.
Look. Okay.
It's
Let's
not
be honest.
long.
It might be my least favorite cookie. I'm still gonna eat it.
It's
Yeah,
not
sure.
long as you are
Doubt.
working on this crawfish, getting everything together, getting dinner set up, that there is another knock at the door.
Wasn't
Are we
expecting
expecting
additional company. Matter of fact, no. By the way, both of you are a bunch of naturals. Not too bad. Someone mind getting the door while I finish up.
All right.
Everybody looks to Toby.
We all rush the door.
Okay.
I'll go open the door.
All right. You open the door and you see a wearing again green dress, looking very tired, very messy, kind of low half ponytail on the side. Eliza, who you met at the tavern earlier in the day. She had mentioned she would be coming by, so right on schedule, especially now that it's now getting dark, has kind of settled and you can hear the rain outside. Well, it smells absolutely delicious. I've been craving this gumbo of yours.
Oh, I almost forgot you were coming. How are you feeling?
Shit.
Still.
Yeah. Your tea helped for a little bit. I got a little bit of sleep. But
All right, that's good. Hopefully it stops you from feeling frisky to travel.
yeah. Anything I can do to help out?
A quick out of game question.
Sure.
Jordan, when's the last time it rained?
I mean, you're in the wetlands, so it's not
Yeah.
uncommon. But and again, you're going by 3 weeks back.
Yeah.
Like the day before you left, it had rained.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
It's
not out of the ordinary.
Didn't think so. Well, considering the weather, mighty fine fertile crops we should be looking forward to. So.
Oh, I did bring, and she has like this bag, and she pulls out this small kind of platter with what appears to be some shrimp that have been seasoned, and they've been cooked with like a bread. It's fried shrimp, y'all. So basically that's what she has brought to the table, with some dipping sauces of various times, varying from like a cocktail sauce to think of it like honestly it's there. to kind of add to the table since you all are cooking up the gumbo.
Very nice. Were you thinking po' boys, or were you wanting to keep things a bit separate this time?
I wanted to leave it up to you in terms of it.
Well,
figured
I
it
do
could be
have
what
some
those
lettuce and
fancy
tomato.
folk call an appetizer,
Apper.
app.
That's a new one for me.
Sure, that.
Appetizer it is. By the way, since y'all are, looks like y'all have a few more to devein, but have you actually eaten a cooked crawfish? You know how to do it.
Buck from the head, right?
Absolutely. Tell first, though.
Can I do a stealth check for Sparky to see if he can steal a shrimp?
Love that for you.
Oh, God, baby.
I have to.
Of course.
Oh my god, he rolled so well.
Yeah.
He got a 24.
Jesus, that
yeah.
beats my passive of 21.
Yeah, it's gone.
What shrimp? There was always 48 shrimp there.
Yeah.
Don't gaslight me.
Yeah.
I do have to say, it has been a while since I've had company over. It feels pretty good. Especially with everything going on.
Oh. Well, thank you for having us then.
Of course. And it is, by the way, especially with spread here, it is very common to feel very drowsy. Around here, we call that the itis. Feel free to take a nap if you feel like it.
Oh, will do.
I need Duval to stay forever.
Hey, y'all talk to him. I've tried. Okay. I've tried.
I want to. I'm on stream 6 days a week right now.
Whose fault is
Oh, you
that?
don't
It's
love
fine.
us.
Yeah, so
I
You don't love us.
It's fine.
You don't love us.
So
It's
you
cool.
love
It's
all
cool.
those-
so much.
Okay.
You love everyone else
that.
but us.
Let's be honest, I probably still will. Oh, anyway.
We'll talk
We'll
about
talk about that later.
You heard it here first.
Hey.
Duval's staying.
You know what? If we get 3 more patrons in our Patreon, maybe Duval will think about it.
We'll
Just
think
saying.
about it.
Anyways.
I won't think about it. I will stay.
Okay.
So.
I heard I will stay.
Yeah.
Future me. Fuck!
You all are able to finish making the gumbo, getting the crawfish all set up. Eventually, a table is spread. You can hear, it's kind of a soundtrack, the rain kind of pattering behind, every now and then a clap of lightning and thunder. And you all sit down to have a meal. Any particular like conversations that you all want to have while you're at the table? Otherwise, I will kind of move along.
Or you're just eating.
Sure.
Weldor will say, we do need to think about, just in case this bet with the tea, turn myself up a little bit, just in case this bet with the tea doesn't work, we should probably consider backup plans.
What are we supposed to do if this doesn't work?
Well, we'll know pretty quick because someone will start to head out unexpectedly. Because looks right, Eliza.
Eliza just sticks her middle finger up again, just
once again, I believe for the second time today, I did not deserve that.
I think you did. Again, for the second time today, I think you deserved it.
But why?
Because why not? You haven't been here for 3 weeks. I get to flick you off anytime I want.
Oh, this is one of those deficit things.
Yes.
Where you haven't had the opportunity to for 3.5 weeks,
Do you
and thus
realize
is.
how much work I have had to do because everything has fallen upon me? I'm exhausted. And
My
injured.
apologies.
And she just gestures to like where the marks are on her neck. I'm exhausted and injured.
And
Yeah.
I don't know what her passive insight is.
Mm-hmm.
but typically like there's like a back and forth.
Yeah.
But like you see his like shoulders slack a bit.
She notes it. But you also can tell, you can see that her eyes are starting to fade a little bit. She's starting to have a harder time focusing. It's not that she's drinking any ale that's at the table. This is something you've noticed so far. This is standard for kind of the symptoms of it. Every now and then you see her kind of swaying. She seems to be almost humming something to herself, lost in thought, and then kind of gets brought back into the conversation as the evening carries.
Speaking of that, do you mind staying here tonight?
I know figured you were
not.
Gonna ask me to, at least.
I was planning on it, yes. Just in case.
Probably wise.
All right. Sorry that you had all that much work.
Because the last time we were here playing cards, or do I need to go back and get my stuff?
That was not my fault. You got into the tequila, and that was on you.
Listen, you know me, I'm a lightweight. It is what it is. She just kind of gives you this very slow wink. She's starting to literally kind of emulate what you just mentioned, the nodding off after a good meal, but also just exhaustion. This is the most relaxed she has been all day.
By the way, just in case, there are futons in the corner.
Fabulous. And she kind of gets up and starts cleaning at least her plate. Tidying a little bit. You all were the main components of making the meal, so she's trying to do what she can to clean it up.
Anyone need to get into the jambalaya? I know we've been primarily focused on the gumbo and etouffee, which if I have to admit, is pretty common.
I've never tried that.
Deodora's already helped herself to jambalaya without asking, because the food was cooked, and so she assumed she could just eat it. She made her plate. When she made her plate, there was a bit of everything on it, and by a bit I mean giant.
A lot of it.
A lot
Yeah.
of it.
Deodora's like, I always operate at a calorie deficit, and so thus this is fine.
Yeah, I mean, I did a bunch of cleaning and rated a loser today. I need to I need to get my energy back.
As a matter of fact, anything while we were getting things ready? Any news to share?
Who are you asking?
Everyone that wasn't me and Toby.
Well, I went over to the guard's house. Turns out it was a former classmate of mine from Allegris. We trained together, and he's just decided to give up.
Give up?
That would be the message that I sent.
Seems to think because he didn't get into the top 10 in school and he got sent to this outposting that he's just lowest rung on the ladder, I suppose, and it's just holding himself up to other people's expectations instead of his own. So I told him he could either shape up or he should just leave and let somebody else who cares come and take this job.
Well, I don't recall that I haven't been anywhere close to the top 10 anything, but I think I've been doing all right.
Yeah, he compared himself to you and the other people who seemingly run the town.
Who was this?
Jeremy.
You really should have said something. Damn shame.
Are you okay?
In a way, I'm fine. I'm angry at him because you don't become a guard or anything of the sort for glory or fame or or anything like that. Like, you don't do it because you want to make a name for yourself. You do it because you want to help protect and defend other people. And he lost sight of that. Or maybe he's never had that to begin with.
You are very wise. That's exactly it. Whether you're a guard or a leader. And at this point, Eliza's kind of moved towards one of the windows by Waldorf. It keeps like staring out and then every now and then turning back towards the table. Seems to be just trying to get some fresh air from all the spices and things that are kind of in the air. Yes,
Is
Oria.
it actually spices, or does it seem at all like they're looking at anything? Looking for anything?
Why don't you do an insight check?
I was. May I join with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask the same.
Shit.
21
Oh, yeah.
for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no. I'm too.
You
into
were
my
too
food.
involved with the food.
Yeah. And
What'd you roll, Oria?
21.
I also rolled
'Cause
21.
Let's be honest, my wings are still flapping, so it's a natural fan in this room.
Ain't true.
The spices aren't that bad right now when I'm here.
No.
And
Yeah,
the
that
spices
cayenne
weren't-
pepper.
And the spices weren't that bad to begin with. So, girl, what are you doing? What's happening? You're used to these spices, honey.
What you
What's
up to?
up?
Sure.
A kneecapper.
April,
Lord, she said
I
nothing.
love you so
There's so much petty right now. I love it.
Ready to
much
fight. I
petty.
need to
April's
punch
love
gone
someone.
for
this
a
so
week.
much.
Oria's turned mean.
I love it.
Or it
Who's
doesn't like the
BB?
swap. It's
Uh,
harder to fly, and it's more humid. It's not
Condensation.
Ori doesn't like
Yeah,
it.
I get it. Get it.
She does seem like she's not necessarily looking at something specific. It's just something keeps pulling her attention, which to, again, kind of, because I know, April, you weren't here last week. That was, again, something that was kind of brought up as one of the symptoms because she's been infected by something similar to what Clara had.
That's right.
So it's, again, it seems to be
Okay.
another manifestation, but it's definitely something worth noting. That's up to you if you decide you're gonna get up and see what she might be looking at or something like that. But it seems like it's a mix of truly she's just looking outside trying to get some fresh air because she's not been the greatest, as well as this could be a symptom.
Okay, so nothing suspicious about this.
No. She seems like, honestly, you get a good read that she's just tired. So
Okay.
Same thing for you, Welder. You get the exact same thing.
Speaking of drinks, by the way, I've been working on a little something experimental. Sometimes you don't want crawfish, but you want the taste of crawfish sometimes. I worked on actually right before I left, so it should be ready now. Bit of a crawfish ale.
I'll try it.
All right.
Yeah, it helped wash
Yeah.
down that delicious oatmeal raisin cook you had.
And he'll kind of pour out one, two of them, one for himself and one for Deodora, unless there's anybody else that wants to join in.
I definitely smell it first. What's the smell?
Smells-
What's the smell? What's the bouquet?
There is this hint of like on the front end of cayenne pepper, and then it sort of dips into crawfish and a fairly clean like ale smell.
I'll try it.
And then the taste is very crawfish forward, and then dips into this almost like not like, and you couldn't even see it, like there's a caramel color to it with like a hint of red on the top, and like the actual like head of the beer is also red, which is a little weird, but also tastes like a pretty traditional brown ale with like crawfish at the front.
This is very different.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way.
And as you
I think
say
like
that,
I'll keep drinking.
something else cuts through as that happens, and you begin.
No. Sparky says
Counter spell. No, it doesn't.
You begin to hear shouts from outside, cutting through this kind of mood. It's panicked. You can hear across the wood, people are moving quickly. It's reverberating around this house.
So the sounds of panic is reverberating everywhere.
Yeah.
Do we see anything out the windows?
Which window are you looking at? Are you looking at the one facing the town or the one away from town?
Facing.
Facing. You all see through the rain as it's falling. It looks like fireflies are kind of buzzing around. And the boat that's just across the way, you see the buzzing kind of light lands on this wooden boat. Immediately starts burning. But it's not just this boat. There are various buildings around Vybrin that are now being twisted and turned into wood and flame and smoke and battling through. You see from this window now there are people running frantically either towards the flames, perhaps trying to prevent it, as now the spread is moving across from house to house, platform to platform, as well as walkway to walkway, banding out and blocking the movement towards land. You also see several others are now also running away from these humanoid creatures that have also appeared in the space. What do you all do?
I think Deodora slams down the rest of her ale and then grabs her sword and goes out.
Okay.
Yeah. How big's the window?
Oh, fuck.
How big is the window, Weldor?
That's a great question. I was like, oh yeah, that's a question for me.
Could I fly out of that window?
How tall is Oria?
Like
That's pretty
6
tall,
foot
right?
or 6
Yeah,
foot.
6'2".
But
I'm
it's
very
more of
thin.
If you're on the side, yeah. If you fly like, yeah, you could. It'd be cozy, so don't fly too fast. But yeah, you can make it.
Okay, I'm going out the window then.
Okay.
I'm not going to wait for the door.
You go out the window, and immediately you see these buildings are emblazoned, but there's also movement in the water. And this is what perhaps other people are running from. You see kind of floating along this white-leaved flower, pink and purple seed pods, and just like a puff of air, the seed sprouts up, and you see these green leaves parting as a clap of thunder and lightning goes, and all of a sudden it splits into 4 legs. This thing is pulling itself onto the dock, and it's all over the place. Yes.
As soon as I see something break water that I know is not okay, I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on it.
Go for it. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I do.
Immediately.
It has to
Fairy
make
fire.
a Dex 13 save.
And I'll put it at disadvantage because it's trying to climb up, so it's not that dexterous. That is a 9.
Okay, it failed, so it is now glowing whatever is attacking us. I put it in a full 20-foot cube, so anything in a 20-foot cube of what I saw is now glowing purple.
You see another one also is growing as this thing is taking form. There are now these 4 green kind of pincer-like legs, very similar to the praying mantis you fought with Clara. I see your hand raised. Give me 1 minute, Deodora. You see this body of the flower elongating to a green torso. Now there's this blue armor that is kind of taking over, white, silver shocked hair, fey features, and red irisless eyes that are kind of immediately coming into and panning into your direction as they take you in, Oria. They open up their mouth and you just see these fangs that you can see there's a venom that drips from their mouths. There's another one that moves further down the line. Deodora.
it's actually fair right now. Just a question about this creature.
Yes.
Do the pincers and like legs match like the tracks that I found?
Yes.
And sorry, is it one large creature or multiple creatures?
There are multiple of these things that are taking
Okay.
over the. Yeah.
Okay.
So they're popping up all over.
When
the
you said they
place.
were coming up together, I meant they were just one big
No.
one.
So
it's
you
two.
probably grabbed 2 of these in your fairy fire, but there's another like.
So there's a third one far away.
There's
So there's 3.
From what you can
there's
tell, there's
more.
about 4 that are moving
Okay.
about. It's hard to tell
I
in the chaos.
misunderstood.
On top of that, and through the flames, all of you will see too, there's a much larger lumbering creature. You see this brown leathered boot and pant figure moving through, their torso seemingly also elongated, their shoulders being where their head should be. Their head has sunken in. Weldor.
I'm so sorry. The no neck.
You
bitch.
have a moment. And for a moment where the head is blinks and you see it go from a gray mass to coming into frame, you see a very familiar face of Levi Benir, who's been missing for 3 weeks. Kind of dragging his hands. Something's been done to him. This is not what he looked like before. I need everyone to roll initiative.
God. Yes, bitch.
Apparently, I can only roll good if I have to look at cookies.
because I'm so nervous. So
You did really well, though. That description was incredible, dude.
okay.
You're
Yeah.
That was
so good.
dope. I'm terrified.
Super good. I'm so.
Sparky,
This
help
is
me.
so bad. I am
It's
freaking out.
fine. It's fine.
Do it.
Okay,
Just
give me
It's
one
funny that
second.
you happen to know what this thing looks like. Know this person. They've been
It's
gone a
a-
few
it's-
weeks. You've been gone a few weeks. It's just, I wonder why you left.
Okay.
Look, unless he agrees to
He
actually,
was supposed to be here 2 weeks ago.
look, even if Duval decided to stay, I'm still gonna believe he's the big bad.
Valid.
I respect
This
it.
is not gonna end.
20 to 25. Okay.
Oh, that's
Deodora, what'd you get?
Dirty 20.
Okay, and Toby? You are muted, love.
Sorry, 22.
Nice.
Okay,
Toby
so
up first.
Toby, then Deodora. Okay. 15 to 20.
Me, 15.
Oh, that's good.
I forgot. Like, I was like freaking out. I was like, oh, right.
All right. Oreo, what did you get?
10.
10. Okay.
I'm so glad I flew outside first.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Damn it.
All right.
I actually hope they swing on me. Do it. Bring it. Bring it.
It is actually Toby, your move, as you were, I'm assuming, opening the door to this chaos now. Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you were seeing all of this
The
happening.
world is ending.
You see, like I said, villagers are moving about. You see several of these kind of plant creatures are grabbing some of the villagers and entangling them up in vines. Some of them are starting to move towards the wetlands. Seemingly, they're taking whoever is remaining. This is an all-out assault on Vybrin. What would you like to do? There are two of these kind of flower creatures close to you, and I believe you have advantage because of the
Yes.
fairy fire.
You have advantage on attack rolls against them.
Okay. So there are 4 creatures in the water,
5
right?
total.
There's
5
5.
total.
There's 2 that are close to you. The others are further away. They're a good 50, 60 feet. They don't seem like they're focused on you. They're focused on the villagers. The 2 that are closest to you have quickly turned to your attention.
And then one no neck bitch far away.
Yes.
Thank you for
I love that description.
latching onto the no neck thing because
That's what's his,
I
that's
said
the
it.
no neck bitch.
I said it and nobody fucking.
Okay, Toby,
commented,
what
and
is
I
your
was
move?
upset.
Okay, so I'll just see everybody prepare to, holy shit, this is going on, and I'll just, from the water, I just summon, like, my hand turns into complete leaves, and I just point my hand at the water, and I do, like, this water-bending Katara super badass move.
Okay.
And I just swirl it around, and, like, I form, like, this giant wall of water, and I just do a tidal wave on every.
Fuck
single
yeah.
thing.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Yes.
Does it need to make a DC savings throw?
Yes, Dex 14.
Okay. 16 on one. And
Yeah.
14, they cling to the dock, their pincers digging into the actual dock itself, the pillars, as you send this wave of water through.
So meets it, beats it, right?
What was your DC?
14.
Yeah, they rolled above that. They didn't meet the 14, they went
Okay,
above.
yeah, sure. So they still take half damage.
Okay.
So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. 32. No, not 32. 31. What's the half of that? 16.
Yeah.
15.
16. Okay.
I'll take 16. It's the larger of the two in this instance, so okay.
Okay, and I'll just do that, and I can't do anything else. Yeah, so bonus action, transform into an owlbear.
All right. As you turn into an owlbear, Diodora, you are up. Then it is the creature, and then Weldor, you're on deck.
I'm just gonna. I'll race out and I'll just attack the plant thing closest to us because I see that they're taking people.
Sure. So are you moving past the two that are directly? They're not grabbing. The two that are nearest you are not grabbing people. So are you moving?
No. Sorry, let me rephrase. I noticed that the plant creatures back are grabbing people, so I'm assuming that these two things are also going to try to grab people.
Yes.
So I just want to eliminate them.
Okay. All right. So you move across the dock more towards where like the tavern is, where a lot of this epicenter is happening. So yeah, you can easily do that.
Okay, great. Does a 23 hit?
23 hits.
Okay, I'm gonna second one. And does a 22 hit?
That hits.
Great. Oh my god, I'm like nervous.
Yeah, I know, I'm shaking. Apologies. I know we're running like really tight on time, so that's why I was like, we gotta go.
That's 20 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna bonus action. I'm gonna shift, so I get some. No, I'll hold off on shifting for now.
Okay. All right.
After 10 HP doesn't stack me.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Your blade cuts in, and you see immediately this ichor starting to dip out. Black, white threads starting to kind of peel from their torso where the armor and its skin separate, finding that conjunction. You easily cut through, not a problem. You can see at this moment you caught them just as they were about to grab a family of furbolgs that were trying to get away, seemingly getting their, not children, but their young adults out of the way as this was happening. Anything else you wish to do?
No, I'm gonna just stay where I am for now.
Okay. All right. Next up then is Veneer, who's kind of lumbering forward, is over currently, if we're looking at the map, over by Ignacio's shop, and is, you see, raises a hand, and this black void starts forming, and he just shoves it at the building, and all of a sudden you see this thing starting to crumble. You see Ignacio from the side immediately dipping out of the house, seemingly getting out in the nick of time before being sucked in as this black hole. Ignacio's shop is gone.
Oh my fucking god.
By the tavern, you see at this moment, Jeremy has wandered from his home, is also being caught up in the chaos. He's not far from you, Diodora, and he looks over at you. And there seems to be a bloodlust in his eyes. And you see these silver threads are poking out of the side of his neck. and there's an explosion of ichor, and you see in moments he starts to transform as well. These large pincers, these claws-like crab mandibles are coming from the side, and he just... That's his full turn as the transformation.
Tragic.
Damn,
as that
happens.
sucks.
Weldor, you are up.
I need a beer. I need whiskey and like anyway. It's in the living room. And his spear was, just chilling. Grabs it. And how far away is the closest one to Moi from where I am?
They're within a couple feet. They're just at the end of the boardwalk connecting your platform to the rest.
Okay. Because there's two that are the closest. One with which has fairy fire on it, and another like right nearby, right? Actually, right before he grabs it, he grabs the sphere. Like he'll go to grab it and then like stop for a second. And anyone that's which essentially is just
yes, there are two with fairy fire. I do.
Eliza. Oh, two with fairy fire. Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, so put some hurt on the others. He just says, "More to spare. Fine. Then I will be the hope." And he takes his two gauntleted hands and puts them up in the air like so, and then sort of pivots, and they open and move along a line. And there is suddenly a thunderous-like flash lightning-like flash thundering down into the wall, or into the window. And he's gonna start casting Guiding Bolt, this time at 2nd level, as it begins to just kind of like around him, and then he fires it at the second one that's fairy fired that hasn't been hit yet.
Sure. Okay.
Natural fucking 20.
Let's go.
Didn't need the advantage at all.
Let's go.
Oh my god. Okay.
This is your home. You are
my fucking
channeling
home.
everything into this.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, max plus roll, correct?
Yes.
So that is already, because I cast it at 2nd level, that is already 30 points of radiant damage before I roll.
How do you want to make this thing explode?
You should have come while I was gone. And it just spirals around, and like there's like a sonic boom as it hits, and then we see this radiant energy surround it, this glowing green energy that surrounds it and begins to sort of flake around it, and then it just gets
Sure.
and is compressed into nothing.
Gone. Who all was standing in that area right by the two that were fairy fired?
I was right in there.
You were on the opposite one because you went towards the tavern where the ones that were grabbing people were. These are the ones that were closest to Weldor's that were not grabbing people.
I think you might have misunderstood me because I was absolutely going for the fairy fired one.
That's what I was specifying before.
Yeah. I think we were saying the same thing but differently, but that's okay. I could be at the ones that are further away.
Okay, that's what, because they're the ones that were going for the folks, and you were like, I'm absolutely tagging in for that. Okay. Well, anyone that was close by to the two that were fairy fired, can you please make a dexterity savings throw for me, please?
$19, because I'm assuming I'm one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And was this an attack?
No. As this thing explodes out, the venom and ichor that it holds also explodes out. So you will take half damage, Aurea. What did you get, Toby?
5.
Okay.
Oh, we're see if I get missed my melee.
So Toby, you take 21 points of poison and acid damage. Aurea, you take half.
21, so 11?
Yes.
We round up, right?
Yes.
Cool, thanks. Did we get any benefits from Weldor's food?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you did.
Yes!
Everyone has 3 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Well, I don't get that's fine.
Anything else you wish to do, Weldor?
I'm gonna use all 20 of my movement to get the fuck out of my house.
Sure.
And right before I do that, don't move a muscle.
And just the other one that is remaining.
Oh, no, I was just looking at what's her name?
Eliza?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you make a persuasion check?
Good at those. 9.
9. Okay.
Actually, it's a 12.
12? Okay. She nods her head, but you can see she is very much torn between listening to you and also saving her home as well and exacting revenge. So you can see you're not sure if your words are going to stick.
Reading the conflict, I'll just add, I can't leave this place by myself.
She nods. Okay. Next up is the remaining plant, which is at the end of the section connecting your house to the rest of the space. It is going to try to swing on you, Oria, but misses both times with a 7 and an 8. Yes.
Then something happens.
Yes, it does.
That activates something.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does.
So, okay. 2 glowing bad guys are next to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, one got eliminated.
Okay, 1 got blown up. How far away is the no-neck bitch?
Cross. Easily 50, 60 feet. You can see it just because of the flames.
50, 60 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. How far do I go when that happens? I have a question about the wording.
Sure.
So, if I get missed by a melee attack, I can spend 1 key point as a reaction to move up to your movement speed, appearing within 5 feet of another creature. So, can I only move towards another creature?
I'll
So
allow
I
you to
couldn't
choose a
move-
different area. It doesn't have to be the creature.
Okay, I was gonna go 45 feet towards no neck.
Sure. I'll allow that.
Okay.
That's totally fine.
So I'm in the middle now.
Okay.
Or however close 45 feet gets me to the no. Actually, if he's like 50, I can get within 5 feet of him.
Yeah, you should be able to. No problem.
Well, then, yeah.
Yep.
I spend a key point and go my full movement towards him.
Okay. Can do. You are there. We'll say that for sake of ease, you see where the kind of it's T marking right by the tavern, where 2 of the intersections, and then there's another
Right
at
under the
bottom.
tavern.
Yeah, so you're right near that. Deodora is a little bit further to your right. Now dealing with this crab-looking creature that is entered into the frame. But yeah, you are very close now to this
perfect
veneer creature. Yes. Okay. Next up, you see. Actually, it's Oria. Your turn.
I pop out of existence. I pop right in front of this guy and just wave, hello! Pop, 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 pop.
Okay, go for it.
Pop! Let's go!
Attack. I pop out the thing. I swing it around with both hands first.
Mhm.
Where's my actions? There's my actions. Quad a staff. That's a 26 to hit.
Yo!
Hits. Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Come on. Cute animation, but go away. And that does 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh, I can hit him. I have 2 actions and then a bonus.
You do.
action. So I'm gonna pop him again with it. I forgot we leveled. I got another. I can hit him twice with my quarterstaff now.
You did.
That's a 27 to hit.
That hits.
Oop, that was the wrong dice. Ignore that one. And that does 11 points of damage.
Okay. As its head,
drop it.
even in its
I know
shoulders
this
are
song.
kind of moving. About anything else you wish to do.
I let it go, so it swings on my wrist. Bonus action, pop, pop, pop.
Okay.
Flurry of blows. And I get 2 of those now. Still. Dirty 20 to hit
That hits.
for another 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Another pop. That one probably doesn't hit with a 14.
Nope.
But I will, on that last pop, stunning strike.
Go for it.
So you need to make a DC 13 con saving throw, which you might make it because you're a big beefy dude.
Nat 20.
I don't like that. Can
I'm
you please
sorry.
redo it? I don't have anything to
Roll
make you
again.
do it. I just want you to re-roll. Okay, so he's not stunned, but I hit him a bunch of times.
You did.
Roll 20. I gotta see if I. And I poof.
You
Pop, 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 pop,
exit
poof.
out of existence.
Gone.
And I will, just so you know, be popping up behind him.
Okay. All right. This thing has kind of taken your hits, not making any noise at all. Again, this black ichor kind of seeping out as your quarterstaff have just been making work of it. From the house, Eliza, again, is kind of in the door frame, is just kind of like just struggling, but looks at Weldor, unable to do anything. At this point, Weldor, you hear a cracking noise. And from behind, you look back, and behind Eliza, you see a black-robed figure with a skull mask, large horns, has grabbed a hold of Eliza and just kind of stares at you. Good to finally meet you, Weldor. And that's where we're going to end for this week.
Son of a bitch.
Port, illegal, arrested.
I'm sorry, we
jail,
have a 6
electric
o'clock
chair.
cutoff time, otherwise we would. But I'm so sorry.
How dare you have things to do after this?
It's not me,
Y'all
blame
have things to do
Duval.
I'm canceling
Oh, that was
the
just a
game.
general like blanket. How dare you?
That's valid.
Hey Jess, I can't play.
I'm
I
not
need to
dealing with
do
that.
this.
Nope.
In
I'm not
front
dealing
of
with that
my-
wrath.
In front of my blink dog.
In this
You're gonna
economy?
have to,
And my kitten.
You're gonna
I'm
have to
ready to
tune
go.
in next week where we will have Blackstone will be back. I took a picture
Well, thank
of
God this fight will win.
Yes.
We can do this now.
I took a picture of the initiative
Sure.
because
Yeah, pick
that
up
way
right
we have
there.
it and we'll have Blackstone jump right in.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get out of here, y'all. I'm so sorry to leave you on a cliffhanger. I'm like,
You're not.
this is
You're
such
not
a weird
sorry.
feeling. I just destroyed something that I built. So it's a very weird feeling for me right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I mean, you spent all that time getting a map for this place.
Yep,
that you
and now
just
it's-
destroyed.
And I fucking called it. I fucking called it too.
Um,
That's literally
We
what I
can
said.
rebuild.
It's
We
fine.
can rebuild.
But we are gonna get out of here, y'all. Make sure to check out Duval,
Oh my
who's
God.
gonna be over on Just the Humans channel in about an hour.
My character will be a lot more angry than I anticipated.
Check me out tomorrow running a lighthearted one-shot, as well as Robo, what you have TransCon, as well as what are you running tomorrow? You got
Koboa.
something.
Koboa is tomorrow at 12 p.m.
Amazing.
Pacific time.
All right, y'all. Get some water, get some rest, and we'll see you all next
I am
week.
hurt.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.